voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
34 and mostly cloudy at 10 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The end of the government shutdown could be in sight.
On this vote, the yeas are 60 and the nays are 40. 3/5 of the Senate duly chosen and sworn, having voted in the affirmative. The motion upon reconsideration is agreed to.
8 Senate Democrats joined Republicans last night to clear the first hurdle toward a funding bill. This measure would fund the government through January, pays for SNAP benefits through next September at higher levels, and Republicans have agreed to vote on an Affordable Care Act bill of the Democrats' choosing before mid-December. Timing for the final passage in the Senate remains uncertain, and if it passes, it goes to the House for approval. As the shutdown continues, travelers are dealing with issues at airports.
We're delayed right off the get-go. We hadn't even left for the airport yet. So then we missed our connecting flight in Minneapolis.
Almost 3,000 flights were canceled Sunday, and more than 10,000 were delayed. So far, about 1,600 flights canceled, with 2,400 delays today. Those numbers will go up. The Supreme Court has agreed to decide whether states can continue the practice of counting mail ballots after Election Day. They are taking up an appeal from Mississippi after a lower court ruled the state's law allowing late ballots to be counted violates federal law. And the court has also rejected a call to overturn its landmark decision legalizing same-sex marriage nationwide. If you're wondering where's the snow we were warned about, stand by. National Weather Service meteorologist Andrew Kinzel.
Things could turn as we head into tomorrow morning, though, with temperatures dropping. We're expecting roadway temperatures to be below freezing and snow showers to kind of pick up late this afternoon, this evening. So the Tuesday morning commute could be a little bit more of a headache than the Monday morning commute.
On the Big K Morning Show, Kinzel said you'll need a winter jacket tomorrow. Wind chills are expected to be in the upper teens. A new player could soon shake up Cranberry Township's grocery and beverage scene. With that story, News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
Costco is looking to join Cranberry Township's growing grocery market by applying for a liquor license to sell beer and wine at its Cranberry Square Drive store. Township officials say the company hasn't reached out yet, but experts say getting a license can cost more than $500,000 and come with strict rules, including serving alcohol only in a restaurant area open to the public. Costco is known for offering high-quality, low-cost wines and spirits. With Wegmans and Meijer also entering the market, shoppers may soon see more options, not just for groceries, but for beer and wine. There's no timetable yet for the license approval. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Michael Keaton's star on the Pittsburgh Walk of Fame has been fixed. A spelling error came to light after his plaque was unveiled last month. Keaton's first name was spelled correctly on the star, but in the description below, the A and the E in Michael were switched. At this hour on Wall Street, the Dow is up 158 points at 47,139. The Nasdaq up 440 points, and the S&P is up 76. KDKA Sports College Hoops. Eastern Michigan visits Pitt. Tip-off at 7. And on Monday Night Football, Philadelphia at Green Bay. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time 10:03. It's 34 and cloudy in Pittsburgh now. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Hello, this is Sarah Botkin, president of Botkin Family Wealth Management. It's been years since my dad Les, brother Lester, and I resigned from a Wall Street brokerage to open our family-owned investment firm. I felt energized about our new venture, but uncertain about our clients' reactions. Would they follow us or stay with a big Wall Street name? We were thrilled when the reaction was one of congratulation, and we've experienced tremendous growth since we opened our doors in 2015. People seek us out because they don't want to be lost in the shuffle of a huge company. Dad and I are certified financial planners, and Lester is a chartered financial analyst. We deliver big resources in a personalized environment where you're important to all of us. Firms turn over all the time. Advisors turn over. We don't. We're headquartered in the South Hills of Pittsburgh. We live here, and we work here in the building that we bought together. It's our family helping your family. Find out more at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
Friday nights in Western Pennsylvania mean one thing: high school football. This is Greg Diulis of Diulis Law. Calling the right play can change the outcome of a game. Calling the right lawyer can change your life. Whether you need help with family law, criminal matters, or probate and estate planning, call me at 412-736-9638. Diulis Law, one of Pittsburgh's winning teams for over 30 years. 736-9638.
Lock in amazing fall deals for your new roof with Home Genius Exteriors. Get 50% off roofing materials, plus 0% APR and no payments till 2027. And for a limited time, get free attic insulation. Call Home Genius Exteriors now at 855-U-R-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we had an earlier accident on 28 southbound near the Shaler Waterworks. You still have residual delays in the Etna bypass because of that. No accident on the Parkway West, but slowdowns for you right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before you fit into the Fort Pitt tunnels. Parkway East, just a minor slowdown before the Squirrel Hill tunnels right now. And just a reminder, they're working on Route 28 on some of the off-ramps, doing some sign installation work. Southbound Route 28 at Anderson Street and the off-ramp to I-279 East Ohio Street, getting some restrictions today, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and each weekday through this Friday, the 14th. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be brisk and much colder than recent days, with clouds and sunny breaks and a couple of snow showers. High 35. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, breezy and very cold with a couple more snow showers, though 22 to 26. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Brought to you by Moderna.
Mnexspike COVID-19 vaccine mRNA by Moderna has arrived. To learn more and find it near you, visit mnexspike.com. That's mnexspike.com.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
What's up? There's a vibe right now in America that's not good. Do you feel it? I'm out a lot, man. I see a lot of people. We end up helping a lot of people. We're going to give away several hundred turkeys today because folks are in need. And I could give away 1,000 turkeys and still need 1,000 more. It's been kind of that kind of year. There's this vibe in the country that's anti-political. Folks are angry. Politicians, they think they're wealthy and disconnected, have a myopic view of the world, and that's their view. Just my take, and folks are angry about grocery prices and housing prices, I think. And then, boom, in the middle of the night last night, maybe Congress got it, maybe a wake-up call. I got to be blunt about this, though. Our senators, McCormick, Fetterman, no disconnect. Engaged, enlightened, checked in, cognizant of the struggle, understanding that Americans are not happy right now. Senator McCormick joining us right now. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Marty. How are you?
Because you meet and greet so much, because you engage so much, you feel what I'm feeling, sir, don't you? Americans are not what we would call content, are they, sir?
Yeah, I mean, I feel it, and I'm embarrassed. Honestly, we're 40 days of just complete nonsense where the government shut down, and the first couple of days you don't really start to see the impact, but then all of a sudden people aren't getting paychecks, and these SNAP benefits, the food is not available for 2 million Pennsylvanians, and our military is not getting paid, and flights are starting to get delayed, and it's just a disgrace. And just as a business person, you come and say, how could something so insane be the way that people do business? And so, that's why I've been trying to vote every step of the way to get the government open. And as you said, Senator Fetterman, my friend and fellow Pennsylvanian, as we voted together. And last night, I think we had the breakthrough, which is we're going to, I think, move forward over the next 24, 48 hours on a set of votes that's going to open the government back up. But But to be honest with you, Marty, the whole thing was a complete waste because in the end, we're going to do what we always said we were going to do, which is we're going to open up the government and then get a vote over the next couple of weeks on some variation of an extension on the health care subsidies, which is what the Democrats were saying they wanted all along. So it's just a complete waste of time, and I'm sorry that Pennsylvanians have had to suffer through this. I hope the end's in sight.
Yes, Senator, explain to folks in simple terms what did happen last night. What was the breakthrough and why, sir?
Well, I think what the breakthrough was 8 Democrats agreed to vote essentially to go down a path where we'd open the government back up. It was a clean continuing resolution, which basically meant we're going to continue to fund the government as it was being funded, no political gimmicks. There's also 3 appropriations bills, the construction bill for the military, the Veterans Affairs bill, the Ag bill, that have already been negotiated through committees, bipartisan approval. We're going to vote to move forward on those appropriations. It's the way government should work, that bipartisan support for those. And then what Senator Thune promised was that in the first 2 weeks of December, we'd have a vote. The Democrats want a vote on the extension of the health care subsidies in their current form. And we're going to have that vote. My guess is there'll also be some proposals from the Republicans on modifications to those extensions, and we'll get on with the business of funding the government. And that's what the deal appears to be. And sadly, I think a lot of things had to happen first. I think the Democrats wanted to get through the Tuesday elections. They wanted to show their resistance to President Trump, and I think and they wanted to see these healthcare premiums go up. And now we're at a point where we can hopefully move forward. But I think it's the pain that Americans are feeling that has been the pressure point, and it just shouldn't have to be that way.
No, man. You have had insane success your whole life. I could go back to your high school, and then college, and then the military, and then your athletic career, and then your business career. Victory, victory, victory. Reschenthaler said it to me several times, sir. I hate Washington because of what just happened there. Considering your past, now that you're in the middle of this, sir, are you disgusted with the process that it bogs down this way, sir?
There are days where I say, my God, thank God, what an honor to be able to do this. And we have the Energy and Innovation Summit, which you came to, and you say, man, that's making a difference for Pennsylvanians. And then there's the last 40 days, which has been in the swamp, with all this nonsense and, both, various politicians trying to make a statement or a point at the expense of the American people of Pennsylvania, and you're just disgusted with it. And, it's very hard to not lose faith in what's happening here. I understand why Pennsylvanians are losing faith in it. And, what I'm trying to do is just be a force for good and speak candidly to you and anybody who will listen, and just try to continue to bring common sense to government, which we haven't had enough of lately.
Senator Dave McCormick, Senator, tell me when you say folks will get paid again. When will folks get SNAP again, sir? Do the best you can to kind of pick those dates, sir.
Yeah, my best guess, this is still being worked out, but my best guess is we'll get through all the Senate votes over the next day, maybe 2 days at the latest. I'm told that the House's Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, is bringing the House back Wednesday. So that vote will happen on Wednesday or Thursday, and hopefully by the end of the week, the government is up and running. That is the hope and expectation. But, anything's possible at this point because we got to have the votes, but it looks like that's the outline of the deal and the timeline.
Senator Dave McCormick, appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you being the one who said, let's go. Let's do the right thing. But you make a point that aggravates the hell out of me. Democrats made no headway. They could have done this, sir, 40 damn days ago. Yes? Right?
Well, that is the honest to God truth. The deal that we now appear to have is a deal that was available 40 days ago. That is absolutely the case. And so, I'm not saying everything in the world is the fault of the Democrats. I'm not saying that. Right. But in this particular case, Marty, it's absolutely the case that Republicans have been voting to keep the government open for 40 days, and the Democrats have been voting against that in the Senate. And here we are 40 days later, and the deal that we're moving forward on is the deal that was available on day one. And when you say people are losing faith and, there's a bad vibe and people are losing confidence, that's why. Because I think Americans are willing to suffer and sacrifice for good and for America's greatness, but they're not willing to suffer pain for stupidity and political nonsense. And I think that's what we've seen for the last 40 days.
Senator, is SNAP resumed, 65% funded? Is that accurate, sir?
That is, yes, that's my understanding. SNAP is resumed based on the court rulings, and this passage of this legislation will ensure it to be the case going forward over the next year. But that's my understanding as well.
Senator Dave McCormick, it's a pleasure, sir. Truth to power.
Marty, thanks for having me.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great day.
Man gives a damn. I'd vote for him 8 days a week. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic, the rest of them to hell with them. From the Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is we have better news for folks who are trying to travel out of the Allegheny Valley on Route 28 coming southbound. We had an earlier accident just south of the Shaler Waterworks area, and it was really tying up traffic through the Etna bypass. We have seen those delays dissipate, and now as you're heading southbound on 28, you just have some bunching of traffic for you as you approach that off-ramp for East Ohio Street. So between the 31st Street Bridge and the north side is where you're seeing slow traffic. Very sluggish now all of a sudden heading up onto the outbound lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge. You have traffic backing and slow as you come across from the Fort Duquesne Bridge, from the northern suburbs, and the Parkway East City side is backing around Grant Street, approaching the outbound bridge. And we also have the inbound side of the Parkway West slowing for you at the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
So, two things. My sis Barb is 2.5 years into her battle with pancreatic cancer, and they gave her a year to live. Just saying. She credits the wonderful care at UPMC, and I credit her courage along with that for keeping her alive. And my boy Norm, one of my closest friends, just went through months of chemo, also UPMC, and he credits the staff and the wonderful people there for keeping him alive. UPMC, life-changing, life-saving information. When it comes to building Pennsylvania's future, the laborers are on the job. From highways and bridges to schools, hospitals, energy projects, the men and women of the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council deliver the skilled work that keeps our communities moving forward. Joe LaQuatra is leading the charge to train the next generation, protect worker safety, and stand up for fair wages and benefits. When laborers build, Pennsylvania grows stronger. The Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, working hard every day. My people.
A trial is 99% preparation, and nobody prepares better than us. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
Just when it started getting cold, our furnace goes out. True story. I called Tootie. 412-771-4200. Within an hour, there's a tech at our house. My man puts those boots on, doesn't want to make the house dirty, goes downstairs. He's an insane gentleman. Finds that a motor's burnt out. Comes back in and says, you know what? I'm not replacing that. I'm not going to charge you for that. I'm going to clean it and see if it works. It worked. Fantastic service. Fantastic workmanship. Amazing company. Tootie Mechanical. 412-771-4100.
We're talking with Joe Sabulis from Highwood Cemetery. Joe, I read a story recently about a local cemetery that had run out of funds and was struggling to pay for its upkeep. How did this happen?
Some cemeteries eventually become full and can no longer sell grave sites to generate income. How will those cemeteries pay for their continued care? The cemetery may or may not have a fund for this purpose. In the story you mentioned, that cemetery is no longer selling property and its care fund is almost depleted. Now they're struggling to pay for upkeep.
How can families be assured that their grave sites are being cared for now and in the future?
Highwood Cemetery exists to serve the public rather than make a profit. Our $1 million perpetual care fund is managed by a fiduciary to ensure that the care of the cemetery will be as it is today for generations to come.
And you can learn more about Highwood Cemetery by calling 412-766-6600.
Time to enjoy free play at the Bocce House of Pittsburgh. Visit boccehouse.com for more.
We're all human with the same insecurities, doubting ourselves, thinking we're not worthy or good enough, believing those negative thoughts we think. Stop! Every last one of us is good enough to be the best version of ourselves. This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. Come to me, and together we'll change that way of thinking. Excess pounds will come off, you'll feel and look better, and thoughts will become positive. If you want to change, just call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Wonderful.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/life.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
They live in a bubble. And then they're surrounded by folks who placate them, massage their backs, metaphorically, their egos. All day long, they're told they're wonderful. All day long, they're told they're magnificent. They have drivers, and they meet with kings and queens, and they fly in private jets, and they hang with the president, and so they don't really understand you. They can't comprehend you. And as a result, they just go at each other because they can, and they have egos that are unmanageable. Then guys like McCormick come in, and he has had insane success, and they can't believe how failed government is and how inept these so-called leaders are. And at the real ground level, you just tune them out so you don't vote. Say to hell with it, hell with them. Makes perfect sense. Generally, I don't pick a side in this, but McCormick nailed it. The Democrats suck here. What progress did they make? What did they accomplish? I honestly think they wanted to put the screws to Trump until after the election, and they had a massive victory. I honestly think folks like Schumer would like this to carry on until the midterms, in a year almost, so that they could win in the midterms. Because for them, it's not about you anymore. It's about them and territory. And they're like dogs that mark fire plugs for their territory. They don't care. They just want territory. And left in the wake of this are angry Americans who can't believe that they're furloughed, laid off. The TSA folks who send me messages from the airport that said, screw it, I'm quitting. I'm done. Or the air traffic controllers who call in sick because they got to drive Uber because they're not making enough money. I mean, there are 1 million laid off employees, man. There are tens of thousands right here in this town. A month without pay? Are you kidding? Try that. Try that. Americans are disgusted. I am. I can't stand most of them. I'm going to play a clip after the break from someone I have admired from day one, Josh Shapiro. Kind, considerate, compassionate, brilliant, connected, ignorant. Right now, ignorant. We're 4 months in. 4 months, man. No budget in Harrisburg. And he's screaming about J.D. Vance, who's also a bit of a hypocrite. Makes millions. Writes a book about growing up poor in Appalachia. On food assistance. On welfare. Folks with massive drug and alcohol problems. White trash, as they were self-described. Yet now, he cut him off. He doesn't care. Josh goes off on J.D. Vance. Yet his own state is 4 months without a budget and no end in sight. The hypocrisy of it. The ignorance of it. Wouldn't someone have tapped Josh on the shoulder and said, hey, my man, you look bad here? As my boy would say to me, pot, call, kettle, black. They're all hypocrites. They say they care, but they don't. They say they want to help you, but they can't. As the clock ticks and folks lose their cars, right? And get eviction notices, right? And have no money to do anything, right? Yet the rich guys stay rich and you stay poor. And that's why Americans are mad right now.
This is Ron Schlava from the Home Buyers of Pittsburgh. We've been simplifying the home selling process since 2015. If you're thinking of selling, give us a call. We'll help you get the most money in the least amount of time. Call 412-500-9057 or visit homebuyersofpittsburgh.com for a cash offer today.
All right, Patrick, you ate at Hofstadt's about a week ago. How good was it?
Amazing.
Right?
Delicious.
And he's a food snob. So add to that, Hofstadt's has prime rib Mondays. My boy, the restaurant king, JK. Prime rib Mondays, Hofstadt's. Dry rubbed, slow roasted, hand carved prime rib with au jus. I love saying that. Au jus. 2 sides. Mondays, Hofstadt's. Oakmont, 4 to 9. Prime rib, brothers and sisters. Go for it.
Celebrate the people who matter most to you with a AAA membership. The ultimate stocking stuffer that brings peace of mind all year long. From exclusive savings on shopping, dining, and events, to amazing deals on theme parks, entertainment, and even travel planning for that perfect winter escape. AAA helps make every season shine a little brighter. And at the heart of it all, every membership includes their trusted roadside assistance. So whether it's a flat tire or a dead battery, they're just a phone call away 24/7. And right now, you can give the gift of AAA for only $35. And it includes a free household member. Plus, as a thank you, they'll send you a $20 gift card. So go ahead, spread a little joy, a little love, and a lot of peace of mind. Visit AAA.com/gift. AAA, we're always with you.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
34 with mostly cloudy skies. It's 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The Senate is moving towards ending the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. 8 Democrats joined Republicans in a procedural vote on a legislative deal to fund the government through January. So, what changed? Polling and political analyst Doug Saltzman says senators are watching their polling numbers.
I think some of those states with Democratic senators, it wasn't looking good for them, and they thought they may have be hurting their reelection chances if they don't get the government up and running again.
The decision by the 8 senators to vote for ending the shutdown is drawing strong pushback from Democratic leaders because it lacks any guarantee of extensions for health care subsidies. A Butler County father is accused of killing his 2-month-old child. Charges have been filed against 32-year-old Vincent Maselli after an infant died at a hospital. First responders called Saturday afternoon to a home on Spooner Drive in Butler Township for an infant who was not breathing. EMTs say that baby had bruising to his head and torso. Later, an autopsy showed the child died from blunt force trauma to the head. Maselli has been charged with criminal homicide, aggravated assault, and child endangerment. A New York man is facing felony charges after allegedly trying to derail a train in Springdale. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has the story.
Springdale police say 34-year-old Scott Andrew Hefner of Friendship, New York, moved 2 tractor trailers from the PPG paint plant on nearby railroad tracks early Sunday morning. Investigators say Hefner told police his phone was talking to him, instructing him to block the tracks and cut power behind the building. Surveillance video shows him using the trucks and even getting into a borough street sweeper. Hefner was arrested and charged with multiple felonies, including risking a catastrophe and theft. He's being held in the Allegheny County Jail without bail and is due in court November 17th. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Just in, a Cash 5 player in Allegheny County has won $870,000. The winning ticket in Sunday's drawing was sold at Unimart on Fern Hollow Road in Moon Township. At this hour on Wall Street, the Dow is up 150 points at 47,137. The NASDAQ up 459 now. The S&P is up 79 points. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:31. Our next update at 11, I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Bill Hillgrove here. If you're retired or helping a parent plan for retirement, it's time to talk about a reverse mortgage from Federated Reverse Mortgage. I went through it myself, and I get it. The idea can feel confusing, but here's the truth. With reverse mortgage, homeowners 62 or older can access the equity in their home tax-free to improve cash flow, pay off debt, or just enjoy life more comfortably. And no, you don't lose your home, you stay in it. I trusted Craig Schweiger and his team at Federated. Craig's been guiding Pittsburgh families for over 35 years, and they treat you and your loved ones with care, clarity, and respect. Whether you're planning for your own retirement or helping mom or dad understand their options, this is a conversation worth having. Call 833-888-0801 or visit fedreverse.com to schedule your free consultation. That's what I did. Equal housing lender. Reverse mortgages are subject to eligibility.
Look, NASCO is a Owens Corning Platinum contractor, one of the best in the business. That's what that says. And they have a lifetime warranty on their work and on the product. That's what that is. They're amazing. So that's why when my brother had a roof problem, NASCO. When my sister had a roof problem, NASCO. When I had a roof problem, NASCO. They're simply the best. Folks, you got to call NASCO. 412-373-2000, NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000.
NRG is proud to support the people and organizations giving back to the Pittsburgh community today and every day. If you've never thought about who supplies your electricity and natural gas, it's time to start. With NRG, you've got the power to choose an energy supplier that rewards you for using energy. Earn cash back, travel rewards, and even help power contributions to local nonprofits just for paying your bill. Check out offers and switch today at picknrg.com. NRG, energy that works for you and for Pittsburgh.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. You want a new physical therapy experience? You want a treatment plan centered on you? Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, is spelled different, because they are different. Monroeville Physical has new technology and an expert staff to give you a personalized experience to get you back to loving your life. Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200. They help me dramatically love physical. Check it out.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well,
I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, my friend, what's up?
Oh, what's up, Marty? We did have a little bit of a slowdown for you as you tried to use the outbound Fort Pitt tunnels for a brief moment. About 15 minutes ago, they closed those tunnels, but they're reopened and everything's moving once again, but you still have some delays getting up onto the lower deck of the outbound Fort Pitt Bridge there, especially coming from the Parkway East or across the Portal Bridge. Parkway West on the inbound ride has eased off considerably, just slow right around that Banksville on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels. Heads up as you are making your travels on the Boulevard of the Allies today and each weekday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. through mid-December. Crews are putting up a lane restriction northbound or inbound on the Boulevard of the Allies between Van Bram Street and Marion Street. They need those restrictions as they do some sidewalk work on Marion Street. We are seeing heavy delays throughout that area. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Campbell on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds and a few sunny breaks for the rest of our Monday. Brisk and much colder than recent days. A couple of passing snow showers. High 35. Tonight, breezy and very cold with partly to mostly cloudy skies and a couple of snow showers, though 22 to 26. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hurry and call today to refresh your home for the holidays with Lachina Drapery and Blind Factory, your local experts in custom window treatments. Call Lachina today for free, convenient shop and home service. 412-665-4900 or visit lachinadrapery.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Here we are. Let's start the week off right. Maybe you stayed up late watching that game last night, bleary-eyed and all the such. Well, I'll be here 2 to 6 today. Colin Dunlap, right here, KDK.
I said it already. I'm not going to repeat myself. I've always enjoyed Josh Shapiro. We've been friends, actually, professionally for a while. I've met his son, his family. I find him to be a very compassionate, intelligent, insanely charismatic a leader, and will run for president. But as you're listening to this clip, which was total presidential stuff, understand the dynamic here. We have a state that hasn't had a budget in 4 months, which is ignorant. Yet the governor is going after J.D. Vance because they haven't had a budget in 39 days, 40 days. Think of the hypocrisy. And then listen to this, Josh Shapiro.
America has a president and a vice president that don't give a damn about all Americans. They have made that crystal clear. And, I mean, at least with Donald Trump, he's transparent about that. J.D. Vance is a total phony. And let me explain why. J.D. Vance rose to some prominence by writing a book about growing up in Appalachia, where there's a whole lot of people who get snapped. He made millions of dollars on the backs of telling their stories, and then he turned his damn back on those very people who he likes to write about and claim as his own. Here's another thing J.D. Vance claims. He claims to be a person of faith. I know my Bible. And my Bible teaches us that we are to love thy neighbor. And we are to feed the hungry. Deuteronomy says if you see a person who is in need, you don't give them a clenched fist, you open up your hand. So for J.D. Vance now to turn around after claiming all these things his whole life and literally go to court to stop hungry people from eating, that is not only phony, it is shameful. And this is who is leading America today. And folks got to wake up and realize the people who are leading in America quite literally want to keep people hungry. And you'll excuse me for getting emotional about it, but when I see hungry people in my state who are hungry because of J.D. Vance's bullshit politics, that makes me angry. And that's why I went to court. And that's why we're funding SHARE. And that's why we're putting dollars back on people's SNAP cards, because that's what the people of Pennsylvania deserve, and America deserves better than J.D. Vance.
Running for president right there. His opponent, J.D. Vance. I love the speech. It was moving, inspirational, hypocritical. Governor, you know we haven't had a budget in 4 months and counting. Over 120 days and counting. And no end in sight. There are layoffs. Hell yeah. There are counties that have to take out loans and pay back the interest. Hell yeah. There are school districts starting to panic. Hell yeah. And it's going to get ugly here in about a month. Yet the governor decides that doesn't matter. Does he look like a hypocrite here? Jim Ellenboger, 40 years in this business. Hypocrite or realist or both, sir?
There's a little bit of both in here. I find it disingenuous to talk about your neighbor's grass being too high when yours is just as high.
Hell yeah. There is no movement in Harrisburg. There is no effort in Harrisburg. There's no momentum to fix that. So he decided he'll be the hero for everyday Pennsylvanians without fixing Harrisburg. Looks bad, I think.
Well, here's the thing where he's missing the boat here. The same thing that's affecting the presidency where they want to get this settled is starting to trickle down to the state. I mean, I have 2 daughters that are teachers, and in the teacher community, they're going nuts for their fear of not getting money. The boroughs and townships around the state are starting to feel the fear of maybe getting laid off because they're not getting money. He better get his act together here, because very soon this is going to affect him, particularly during the holidays when people are looking for more money and just want that feeling of security.
You can't fight both those battles and be right in both cases, can you, sir?
No, you cannot. I mean, they're mutually exclusive.
And he's had no success getting this budget resolved in Harrisburg, has he, sir?
No, and I think part of the problem is his decisions, in my opinion, seem to be mired in the fact that he's looking above the governorship and looking toward the presidency and being a valid candidate. So I think a lot of his decisions are affected in a way that how will this look on a national forum?
Jim Ellenbogen, 40-plus years in politics. My man, that speech going after Vance, that is him running for president, is it not, sir?
Absolutely. And the sad part about it is, if he took care of the governor's thing, that makes him look better on a national stage, because people are going to say, you know, you can't clean your own house. How are you going to clean mine? That's how politics works.
Is he right about J.D. Vance?
Absolutely. Look, I've seen this in the last 40 years. I've seen this 1,000 times, where you have people who are elected officials and candidates. They turn into somebody else because that's where the success lies. That's what got him there. Vance went from that country kid to vice president of the United States.
He did.
And now he's becoming a different person. It's something that's not unusual in politics. I mean, you hear it all the time. Boy, has he changed. Yeah, that's what happens.
They live in a bubble, brother. They have no clue, do they, sir? No clue.
Absolutely. Yes, Marty, they do. They live in a bubble. It's a good way to explain it.
Hey, McCormick was right, wasn't he? Democrats made no progress in 40 days. Zero, did they, sir?
No, not at all. No. On a national scale, and you and I have discussed this in terms of them needing to settle this. They better settle this before the holidays.
Right on.
You know, they better. They're not that stupid, because if this goes into the travel season, everybody's going to get beat. I was even surprised at the voter turnout in Pennsylvania of the anger that is just starting to come to the surface with voters. So they better get their stuff together. And the governor better take a look at this as well. If he wants to run on the national stage, he better start making some moves to try to get this budget settled before people start getting upset and turn the vote against him as well.
Hey,
Democrats. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hey, I was mentioning this to the senator. Americans are angry right now, aren't they, sir? They're angry as hell, aren't they?
Well, let me put it this way. In elections that notoriously off year would garner like 20 to 23% or less.
Nice.
When they're 50%,
nice.
Oh, that's a pretty good indication that the stove is up high. People are ticked. I hear it all the time.
I do too.
You know, being that I was an elected official, a lot of times people will go out of their way to tell me and I'm hearing people who don't even like politics but vote that are talking about this, and they're furious.
Hey, Jim, I also meet a lot more people, a lot more financially squeezed than I have in a long time. All the time, all day long. How about you, sir?
Marty, you can't believe the people that I hear about in terms of finance. And then with the credit cards being like 30%, people are squeezed to the point of no return. And what's even worse, so many parents have their kids living with them or trying to help out with the kids and grandkids that's further straining their budgets.
Jim Ellenbogen, it's awful. And there's anger, frustration, and we have a governor who doesn't seem to care about what's happening in Pennsylvania. He better fast, right?
Well, he was in Virginia the other day. I mean, come on. Fix your own house. You know, sit down with Kim Ward. Look, there's 5 players in this. The 5 of them need to sit down and say, look, everybody's going to get hurt here if we don't fix this. And it's, you know what? The most awful part about this, as soon as they do finish this budget, they're going to have to start the next one. We're almost into like next year.
My man, I'm keeping you away from Ed's State of the Union, his last. Ed Gainey, live right now. Check it out, man.
All right.
Thanks, brother. My man.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
Love him. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is the Monday morning commute has tailed off considerably, so just some minor delays for you as you head through the district. We do have some construction zone lane restrictions set up for the day, of course, that can be causing some slowdowns for you. One of those, of course, is Route 51 Island Avenue as you're trying to come through McKees Rocks past Tunnel Way and Stowe Township, of course, and make your way to the McKees Rocks Bridge. You have very heavy traffic as you travel in that area. You can have some congestion as well on southbound Route 8 because of construction zone lane restrictions near the intersection with Saxonburg Boulevard. Parkway West on the inbound ride is slow at the Banksville on-ramp. Outbound, you're rolling well toward the airport. Parkway East inbound looks good near the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Sam. And I'm Calvin with Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. When we started out, we were building decks out of the back of our pickup trucks, and Grandma's garage was HQ.
We didn't have much, but we had family and a promise to do things the family way.
We saw way too many contractors cutting corners and treating their clients terribly, so we built Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks on honesty, craftsmanship, and always doing right by the client.
We've grown a lot since Grandma's garage, but those values haven't changed. Call the Cousins.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 $1 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. You may also qualify for a monthly credit toward your Part B premium. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
So I interviewed a mother and daughter. They're both full-time nurses in Pittsburgh. Both got degrees from CCAC. Both of them have no debt. None. My daughter's best friend is going to Pitt as a junior. Her first 2 years at CCAC, no debt. It's amazing. They have 130 programs. CCAC.edu. CCAC rocks, believe me.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Marty. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. And 36 months of 0% financing. Plus, a bonus $1,000 off. Restrictions apply. Call 412-545-6003.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Helen from Boston asks, I'm curious, are there types of situations where you might recommend Roth conversions in retirement? You seem to recommend this option much less, and I'm curious why. Well, Helen, if you've got buckets of money and you want to convert, then absolutely go for it. But if that's not the case, or if you don't have the cash to pay the tax bill, you'd be soaking up all of your liquidity in retirement, and that's when I don't like this move. Remember, if you're 59 and a half, sometimes just pulling money out of the account and using it to live on is an easier option.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, all veterans, service members, and their families can join. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/veterans. And from all of us, Happy Veterans Day. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I want to do something. Ed Gainey, remember him, the mayor? Kind of. He's giving his last State of the Union address. State of the city, whatever the hell you want to call it. We're going to check in live. Listen to the mayor. He's taking a drink of water right now. And he's taking off again. Go. Thanks, Mike.
And remote work had taken its toll. 2 trends had taken root. First, a growing homeless population had been pushed out of emergency shelters and onto our streets. Second, many employers and employees were questioning when, how, or even whether to return to the office. When combined, a vicious cycle had emerged where each trend fed off the other.
True. Right?
So we invested heavily in focusing the energy of our Roots team to working with the unhoused who were concentrated in our Golden Triangle. Only by meeting the needs of the unhoused members of our community as part of an all-of-the-above approach to public safety would allow us to lead a reinvestment strategy to help transition downtown into a vibrant, mixed-use neighborhood. Working hand in hand with my administration, the public sector, corporate community, foundations, cultural institutions, and downtown serving nonprofits came together in ways not seen in decades. Our street-level intervention allowed us to reduce actual and perceived safety and cleanliness challenges and to break that vicious cycle that was preventing employers from calling their employees back to the office. While that work was taking place, we created an ambitious but achievable plan to convert unoccupied office buildings to residential uses.
True.
And reinvesting in downtown public realm to create a more inviting and multi-use experience for workers, residents, and visitors alike. There were some difficult choices to make along the way. It was a choice to lead with compassion and understanding for our unhoused neighbors when many called for their circumstances to be criminalized. It was a choice to ensure new housing downtown included affordable units.
Still haven't seen him. That's Ed Gainey. It's called the State of the City address. It's the last time he'll talk to the city about what he's accomplished. As he heads out of office, I like Gainey. He's very charming, actually. He's very charismatic. He's actually fun to be around. He's actually kind of a cool guy. However, vast differences in philosophy. The unhoused are still unhoused. And let me read a text from someone in the heart of the situation in getting the homeless or unhoused into housing. Listen. Gainey and Sarah, this is a man that works for the Housing Authority. Gainey and Sarah in Emirado are pushing this program down our throats and having us put straight up mentally ill people who can't even come close to taking care of themselves into houses by themselves. I have a dozen emails suggesting that. Look, has he tried? Hell yeah. Has he succeeded? Hell no. And I always point to 2nd Avenue, which sucks today. Right now, king-size mattresses on the streets. Right now, 3-story cardboard apartments on the streets. So for Ed to declare victory is inadequate and irresponsible and so political. And part of what frustrates so many Americans today, they just can't get the damn truth from their leaders. Ed Gainey is charming, kind, charismatic, but has not succeeded in making Pittsburgh great. 4200, where AI is attorney intelligence. Believe it. Perry Calder, the best.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up. You get early payout on parlays, too.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. TNC Supply.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. from the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
33 and mostly cloudy. It's 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The end of the government shutdown could be in sight.
On this vote, the yeas are 60 and the nays are 40. 3/5 of the Senate duly chosen and sworn, having voted in the affirmative. The motion upon reconsideration is agreed to.
8 Senate Democrats joined Republicans last night to clear the first hurdle towards a funding bill. The measure funds the government through January, pays for SNAP benefits through next September at higher levels, and Republicans have agreed to vote on an Affordable Care Act bill, the Democrats choosing before mid-December. Timing for the final passage in the Senate remains uncertain, and if it passes, it goes to the House for approval. As the shutdown continues, travelers are dealing with issues at airports.
We're delayed right off the get-go. We hadn't even left for the airport yet. So then we missed our connecting flight in Minneapolis.
Almost 3,000 flights canceled on Sunday, more than 10,000 delayed so far. About 1,600 flights canceled today with 2,400 delays, and those numbers will go up. We're starting the week without the snow and slippery conditions predicted last week, but it could be a different story tomorrow. On the Big K Morning Show, Andrew Kenzel with the National Weather Service was asked how much snow we can expect.
Those higher elevation areas and north I-80s, we're expecting the most steady snow where you'll be able to pick up. Areas in and around the city may get, a couple tenths here and there from some passing snow showers, but accumulation altogether, maybe not even taking an inch.
Kenzel says temps are expected to drop in the overnight hours with wind chills in the upper teens. The Supreme Court has agreed to decide whether states can continue the practice of counting mail ballots arriving after Election Day. The justices are taking up an appeal from Mississippi of a lower court ruling. A state law allowing late ballots to be counted violates federal law. And the Supreme Court has also rejected a call to overturn its landmark decision legalizing same-sex marriage nationwide. More than 100 drivers who've racked up thousands of dollars in unpaid tolls on the turnpike could face civil action from the Attorney General's office. With more on that, News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado.
Turnpike Chairman Mike Carroll says it's a matter of fairness. They're teaming up with the Attorney General's office to go after the worst of the worst toll evaders. In a prepared video release, Carroll says it's no mystery the Turnpike is a toll road.
When you enter the Turnpike, you know it's a toll road. I don't think there's anybody in the universe that is not aware of that. And as a result, when you take advantage of the opportunity that is the Turnpike, you're expected to pay your fair share.
Now the focus is on people owing more than $12,000 in tolls and fees who've disregarded invoice and collection agency efforts to get them paid and still haven't paid up even after having their vehicle's registration revoked. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
At this hour on Wall Street, the Dow is down 1 point at 46,986. The NASDAQ up 323 points, and the S&P is up 50. KDKA Sports College Hoops. Eastern Michigan visits Pitt tonight. The tip-off at 7. And on Monday Night Football, Philadelphia is at Green Bay. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of five-star reviews. Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time is 11:03. It's 33 and mostly cloudy in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
What does living your best nonstop life mean to you? Cheering on your team at that big game? A music festival with friends? A family vacation? Or maybe a vacation from your family? Live your best nonstop life with low fares and nonstop flights only at Allegiant.com.
Nonstop flights from Pittsburgh to Sarasota Bradenton, one way for as low as $57. Must be purchased by 12/3/2025 for travel between 10/28/2025 and 5/17/2026. Seats and dates are limited. Restrictions apply. See Allegiant.com for details.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi. If your garage floor looks lousy with stains, cracks, or bad epoxy job, right now you can get 50% off labor on a new Comer & Cross garage floor. Call them now because 50% off labor ends soon. Here's their number, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. A new Comer & Cross garage floor will be your favorite home improvement. It's going to feel like pulling into a new car showroom every night. Guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And Comer & Cross makes it so easy. All their employees are well-trained pros. They don't use subcontractors ever. They're in and out in one day. They'll fix your cracks and pits perfectly. They even take your stuff out for you. For 50% off labor and your new Comer & Cross garage floor installed by the holiday, call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR or go to COMERcross.com. Comer and Cross Garage Floor Coatings.
In many ways, Thanksgiving and Christmas are right around the corner. How would you like to sit down at the dinner table, have smaller clothes on, feeling and looking better about yourself, moving easier and faster, welcoming friends and family who are shocked at your weight loss? This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. Now is the time to get started so excess pounds will be off for the holidays. It'll be your greatest gift ever. Call me at 1-800-900-THIN. Let's make this a Merry Christmas and Happy Thanksgiving together.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is we have a couple of accidents. One in Lawrenceville on Butler Street near the intersection with 51st. Crews are on the scene there. And on the scene in Bloomfield, we have an accident on Liberty Avenue near the intersection with Ella Street. No accidents on the Parkway East inbound 376, but suddenly we have slowdowns once again that's grab you right around the Edgewood Swissvale interchange as you try to squeeze into the Squirrel Hill tunnels toward town. Trying to get into town by way of the Parkway West, the news is slightly better. You just have some bunching of traffic right around that Banksville on-ramp before the inbound Fort Pitt Tunnel. If you're headed out toward the airport, the ride through the tunnels and out through the western suburbs, heading toward Pittsburgh International, all rolling well. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A cold breeze for the rest of today with clouds, a few peaks of sun, and a couple of snow showers, high 35. Partly to mostly cloudy, breezy, and quite cold tonight with a couple of snow showers around, low 22 to 26. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Make 380 Auction to Murraysville your next stop for discounts and bargains. Trucks come in every week. 380 Auction has name brand furniture, fall mums, also tools, birdseed, automotive supplies, pet supplies, lawn and garden, toys, food, and new items arriving daily. 380 Auction is open Tuesday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. or call 724-339-3132. That's 724-339-3132 or log on to shop380.com and save.
Hey, this is Lisa. Nest Expressions is the best in the drapery business because I'm behind every order that leaves my amazing gallery in Wexford. Call 724-933-5500 or book online, nestexpressions.com.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Spent the day, Saturday, with my daughter, Sophia. She's turning 21. And she mentioned one of her close friends is in school in Charleston, which is a beautiful, beautiful city. But it wasn't about the beauty. She was telling me that this kid, who was a jock, very handsome, 19 years old, frat guy, went missing on October 31st. And that they found out later that he jumped from a bridge in Charleston. He was depressed and anxious. And my daughter brought this up to me because she's in a sorority and they're surrounded by things that they love. Yet, teens today become overwhelmed with stress and anxiety. And she's telling me this, as we're kind of riding along, talking about her birthday and looking for a gift for her, that her friends in Charleston are weeping because this boy is dead. They didn't even know him, but they used to see him and thought he was cute and charming and funny, and he's dead from a suicide attempt. And then had dinner with Chloe last night, my other Pitt daughter, who's 18. Same issue. Girls feeling anxious, depressed. Beautiful girls with perfect lives, feeling hopeless and helpless. I find it scary as hell. and think we do the best we can, and then we don't, and something happens and we can't recover from it. One of my favorite leaders in this town, and I mean this, is because she gives a damn, and that's Diane Hupp from UPMC Children's. Hi, Diane, how are you?
Hi, good morning, Marty. I am well, and I'm first so very sorry to hear what you just announced there about your daughter's friend. It is heartbreaking.
I love this woman because she gives a damn and spends so much of her time trying to protect children, and it's why we asked to have her today, because that story, unfortunately, Diane, is not unique, and UPMC manages this stuff and is trying to give kids another place to go for help, right?
Indeed, Marty. It is something that we see far too often, stories that you just mentioned and those alike. I am proud to say today that we are opening up a pediatric adolescent walk-in behavioral health clinic out in the South. You know, about 2 years ago, we opened the first of its kind here in the state at our main campus. But the need is great and the demand is real. So we are opening up our second walk-in clinic. And what makes this unique, Marty, is a lot of times what we're hearing from our patients and our families is child comes home from school, could be a young child, an older teen. They may have been bullied. They may be struggling with their studies. They don't want to go back to school. They're having severe anxiety, and parents don't know where to turn. This is a place where you can walk in. No appointment necessary. Walk in the evenings, after school, after work, on weekends, on Saturday afternoons. And we are there. We're there to first and foremost assess safety. We will help with an intervention. And most importantly, Marty, we'll connect you to resources in the community. We're doing more and more with behavioral health because of such stories as you just mentioned.
Well, I get choked up even talking about this stuff because these kids are so damn vulnerable now. I don't know why, but 8,000 things why. And Diane, the biggest issue I'd hear from parents is, my daughter's suicidal. I can't get to see a doctor for 6 months. And you saw that need, didn't you? And said, we can't allow that to happen, right?
No, we absolutely can't. We understand there's shortages in workforces in behavioral health. That is real. But this is one way, one avenue where at least you come in, you bring in your teen, you bring in your child. Marty, we've seen them as young as 4 years old.
Oh, my.
5 years old. It might be aggression. It might be behaviors. It might be in daycare. They're telling the family they're concerned about the child. You know, it's all not, it is suicidal thoughts.
No.
Certainly some. But there are a lot of other behavioral and mental health supports that these children need. Many of them that can be provided on an outpatient basis if we can connect them into a program. We work close with UPMC Western in terms of outpatient programs and outpatient therapies. We've also embedded psychologists into many of our disciplines right here at the hospital. You know, Marty, when you come in to see a cardiologist or a gastroenterologist, these are times where that in of itself creates anxiety. Some of these kids get really down and depressed. So we're embedding behavioral health right into those specialties as well.
Diane Hupp, President, UPMC Children's. We had a woman on this show, Diane, this is a couple years ago. She couldn't get help for her son, so she sat down in an emergency room in Washington Hospital and wouldn't leave until we got her a bed. I swear, she waited 7 days, and we found her a bed in Philadelphia. It's that difficult in America today, and these kids are on thin ice, aren't they, Diane?
They are. They have a lot on their shoulders.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different world out there, Marty. You know, the stresses are real. The feelings of anxiety and depression are real for these kids going to school. It's a competitive world out there for our young kids today. I don't think, you know, we grew up like that, but this is the world they're living in. And our commitment at UPMC Children's is to help these children improve their lives. Think about it. You know, kids are 100% of our future. And if we can help them, what a better future we're going to make all the way around. So our job at Children's here is at nationally ranked UPMC Children's Hospital Pittsburgh. It is to provide excellent care, and not only from the physical aspect, but the social, the well-being, the developmental. That's what we do well here, treating the child and adolescent as a whole.
Oh, no, man, this is life and death stuff, and it's so important. Diane Hupp, UPMC Children's President. Hey, help me with this, the basics of this. What qualifies me? How do I show up? The logistics. If I'm a kid and I'm having anxiousness and my mother wants to get, what do I do?
Sure. So you can come in Monday through Friday from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. or Saturday afternoons from noon to 4, either at the main hospital here, right up on our 3rd floor, where our other clinics are. It's embedded into our other medical clinics, or right at our Children's Hospital South Fayette site, right off 79 off the Bridgeville exit. You can't miss us. You walk into that building, 1st floor, we're right there. And we will see you, and we commit to doing our best to help you and get you or your child or adolescent to a better place.
Diane, I find this to be magnificent. I just do it. You should be damn proud. It could save some lives. It could save lives, my friend.
I am proud. We have an extraordinary team here. Extraordinary team, behavioral health specialists, psychologists. These are individuals that have devoted their life to sitting, assessing, listening to kids. These are child behavioral health specialists. They have a great understanding. They know how to speak to these kids, how to help them with an intervention. Sometimes it's an intervention that we can give at the moment that these children can take home with themselves. Some of it's on apps we're using that we've found to help these kids. And then most importantly, ensure that they feel they're not alone. There's somebody to turn to. There's a connection we can make for you.
Hey, before I let you go, and I love this, and I'm thankful for your time and how busy you are, Diane. What about the parents who are embarrassed to bring their kids to something like this? What do you have to say to them?
Yeah, there's no embarrassment about this. And I will tell you, over time, the stigma has gone down significantly because of how prevalent it is out there. You're bringing your child or your adolescent to UPMC Children's Hospital or a children's hospital clinic. It is right there embedded into our other physical clinic. It's not a special place. It's not the behavioral health clinic per se, but you're coming into a children's clinic, which sees children and young adolescents of all ages coming to be seen for all different supports, whether it be medical, whether it be, physical injuries or emotional and well-being.
UPMC Children's President Diane Hupp.
Please do it.
It's amazing. Thank you. I appreciate you. It takes a lot of courage and a lot of will and a lot of commitment and a lot of money, and all of it makes sense, especially now. Thanks, Diane. Appreciate it.
Hey, you're welcome, Marty. Thanks for having me on and helping to get the message out. UPMC Children's is all about helping to improve the life of our kids and bringing care closer to the home communities in which we know it's needed.
It's a big asset. Big asset. Thank you, Diane. Use it, folks. Use it. I love that. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is a bunch of accidents all of a sudden here. One in Lawrenceville on Butler Street near 51st. Crews also working with an accident in Bloomfield on Liberty Avenue near the intersection with Ellis Street. To the south of Pittsburgh in South Fayette Township, we have reports of an accident now on Millers Run Road. That's Route 50 near the intersection with Newberry Drive. Also just in reports of an accident in the West End, so first responders are headed to the scene on South Main Street at Wabash Street. You want to watch for delays around all of these issues. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
In sports, it's the dream team. And if your car is out of warranty, there's a team for that as well. You, the driver, your mechanic, and Endurance to pay for the repair bills. I'm Danica Patrick. In the past 5 years, auto repair costs have gone up over 36%. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all. With an Endurance auto protection plan, no matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done by the certified mechanic of your choice. Plans cover 24/7 towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, and lockout services. Act now and get the benefits of our Elite Plan, a $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again. So call now for your free quote.
Call 800-290-0497. That's 800-290-0497. 800-290-0497.
Just when it started getting cold, our furnace goes out. True story. I called Tootie. 412-771-4200. Within an hour, there's a tech in our house. My man puts those boots on, doesn't want to make the house dirty, goes downstairs. He's an insane gentleman. Finds that a motor's burnt out. Comes back in and says, you know what? I'm not replacing that. I'm not going to charge you for that. I'm going to clean it and see if it works. It worked. Fantastic service. Fantastic workmanship. Amazing company. Tootie Mechanical. 412-771-4100.
Hey, construction pros, your team at Foundation Software is here. What's something you never want to be told? You're over budget. Get your projects back on track with Foundation Construction Accounting Software. For more than 40 years, contractors have chosen Foundation to improve job costing, reporting, payroll, and more with one complete platform. Don't let overruns ruin your bottom line. Visit foundationsoft.com. That's foundationsoft.com. Foundationsoft.com.
Did you know you could spend your PA taxes to fund a scholarship for a child in need and get a 90% tax credit refund? Through Blocks, that's BLOCS, you can direct your state tax liability, fund a scholarship, direct it to the tuition-based school of your choice, and receive a 90% refund on the donated amount. It's a simple process, and you can fund a scholarship that will change a child's life. Tax credit slots are filling up fast, and you must make your commitment by December 23rd. Head to BLOCS.org now.
I'm back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet stop you from being active and getting healthy. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
At AHN, we see you juggling 100 things at once. That's why we made it easier to book with the doctors you need. With AHN online scheduling, you can book with your primary care provider or get time with a specialist. Visit ahn.org/schedule, answer a couple of simple questions, and search for providers, locations, and times that work best for you. Easy online scheduling. Because at AHN, we see you.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I'm getting too personal, but we have to kind of tell this story because I want you to kind of let this sink in. I'm going to bring in my man here. Without Patrick, the ship sinks, and so we kind of know each other's lives inside and out. I have had family members that I love to death, suicidal, depressed, committed to lengthy stays in mental facilities. And I mean flawless, beautiful athletes, 4.5 grade point, just crazy. And without naming any names, I know for a fact, in your life, in your son's life, he has also, and you have also experienced similar things. And it's prevalent, is it not, my man?
It is. I talk to my son about this all the time, actually. He's had friends, he's had girlfriends that have had, serious issues. Some have even tried to take their own lives.
Let me stop you there because I think this is so relevant. What happens is because you're there, you don't believe that would occur, and you don't want to believe it, and then more afraid to address it. And then you think, is it my fault? But you have come to work and very upset because you're very engaged with your son, and he's actually a very engaged kid. Then you're like, he was dating this girl that attempted suicide. You don't know what the hell to do. I mean, it's right. It's so prevalent right now.
It is, and she's not the only one in his friend group. There's another one in another clique. This is a boy. He tried to commit suicide at one point.
So read this. Listen to this craziness. To his point and to my point. Wow. The prevalence of diagnosed anxiety in adolescents increased by 61% among teens in the last 7 years. And depression by 45% in the last 7 years. Listen to these numbers. The last data available suggests that 20.3% of adolescents, close to 6 million, have a current diagnosed mental or behavioral health condition, anxiety, depression, or behavior conduct problems. Wow. Wow. 10% of adolescents have a diagnosed depression disorder. And this. Recent study found that 21% of adolescents report experiencing symptoms of anxiety and 17% report symptoms of depression. Males are more likely to have diagnosed behavior conduct problems than females. Wow. The numbers, millions, are affected. Adolescent females experience higher rates of anxiety and depression than males. Notable increase in the prevalence in the last 5 years. 6 million. Ages 12 to 17 years old, 20% have a current diagnosed mental or behavioral health condition. I can't tell you why, other than what we hear. Social issues, social media, cell phones, isolation, peer pressure, performance anxiety, family dysfunction, but it's real. I can't be honest about this because when I was growing up, no one talked about this. I was telling my wife to flash back to World War II when those veterans came home, no one talked about anything. So they became alcoholics. They did.
Yep.
And they drank themselves to death. So we said, oh, wow, we never had that problem then. We did. And then the Vietnam War, for the first time, men said, I'm losing it. And now we try to help. Now we try to help our veterans. We're just now getting around to our teenagers are in a bad place. And we think, why? You have this life. You're gorgeous. You have money. You're in a great school. You have a boyfriend. You have a car. You travel. You're suicidal? You're depressed? You're anxious? But I find this availability of treatment, and you can pick on healthcare and healthcare providers all you want. But the fact that there are now 2 walk-in clinics at UPMC that you can pull up and walk in and say, help me, is a hell of an opportunity to save someone's life or get a kid help that needs it.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20. And we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better. Because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
As we grow older, we all need a little more help. That's why the elder law firm of Julian Gray Associates has a full-time social worker on staff to help you with challenges that lie ahead. To arrange a no-obligation consultation, please visit grayelderlaw.com and grow old with us.
Indulge your senses with the perfect blend of wine, music, and dining at City Winery in the Strip District Terminal. Enjoy live performances from legendary artists and local favorites in an intimate listening room designed for an unforgettable concert experience. Savor locally sourced food and award-winning wine, all in a setting that brings music and flavor together like never before. Whether it's a night out with friends or a special occasion, make it memorable. Reserve your table now at citywinery.com/Pittsburgh.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
33, mostly cloudy skies at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The Senate is moving towards ending the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. 8 Democrats joined Republicans in a procedural vote last night on a legislative deal to fund the government through January. So what changed? Well, polling and political analyst Doug Salzman says senators are watching their polling numbers.
I think some of those states with Democratic senators, it wasn't looking good for them, and they thought they may have be hurting their reelection chances if they don't get the government up and running again.
The decision by the 8 senators to vote for ending the shutdown is drawing strong pushback from Democratic leaders because it lacks any guarantee of extensions for health care subsidies. A Butler County father is accused of killing his 2-month-old child. Charges have been filed against 32-year-old Vincent Misselli after the infant died at a hospital. First responders were called Saturday afternoon to a home on Spooner Drive in Butler Township for an infant who was not breathing. EMTs say the baby had bruising to his head and torso. An autopsy showed the child died from blunt force trauma to the head. Misselli has been charged with criminal homicide, aggravated assault, and child endangerment. 2 children died. 1 person was hospitalized after a fire at a home in Indiana County early Sunday. Fire crews were called around 3 a.m. to a home in the 900 block of Dilltown Heights Road in Buffington Township. The victims are a 12-year-old girl and a 14-year-old boy. And family friend Kara Baird told KDKA TV the 3 survivors need help.
They're going to need to pay for funeral costs. They're going to have to find a place to live. Right now they're living with an aunt. There's so much they need help with right now.
There's no word on the condition of the woman taken to a hospital. A fire investigation now underway. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 12 points at 46,975. The Nasdaq is up 331 points, and the S&P up 51. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:31. Our next update at noon. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
What will you do when your home loses power? Stop waiting for the utility company to restore power. Prevent unpredictable outages with a standby Honeywell home generator by Generac from AirPro Heating and Cooling. Control your home's power and protect your family from power disruptions, unsafe situations, and inconvenience. Call someone you know. Call the home generator experts at AirPro Heating and Cooling today. 800-749-0642. Learn how easy and affordable home power protection is from your friends at AirPro.
Gobble up the grime. Get your home quite clean by Thanksgiving. Big savings. Check this out. 50% off drapery cleaning. 40% off all other quite cleaning services. Full service drapery cleaning. Unmatched. Including takedown, cleaning, rehanging. 1-800-FOR-QUAIT. 1-800-FOR-QUAIT. 50% off drapery cleaning. 40% off all other quite services. Call now. Get your home quite clean for Thanksgiving.
This year's senior class, adults 65 and older, is booked and busy. Holiday trips, homecoming events, class reunions. So they're showing up protected with mNEXSpike, the new COVID-19 vaccine from Moderna, because older adults face the highest risk of severe illness from COVID. mNEXSpike, COVID-19 vaccine mRNA, is a COVID-19 vaccine for people 65 and older and for 12 to 64-year-olds at high risk for severe COVID. You shouldn't get mNEXSpike if you've had an allergic reaction to a previous Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. Rare cases of inflammation of the heart muscle and outer lining have been reported. Common side effects include pain at the injection site, tiredness, headache, muscle or joint pain, chills, nausea, vomiting, and underarm swelling or soreness. mNEXSpike may not protect everyone. It's not too late to protect yourself with a COVID-19 vaccine. mNEXSpike from Moderna. Here for the senior class. Visit mnexspike.com to find a vaccine near you. That's mnexspike.com.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Get ready. Black Friday starts now at all Levin Furniture and Mattress stores. My friend Robert Levin and his team are giving you the lowest prices of the year on furniture and mattresses. Take an extra 25% off every living room, every bedroom, every dining room. Get incredible early Black Friday deals. Plus, special 5 years financing with no money down on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. Black Friday starts now at all Levin Furniture and Mattress locations.
Is your car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My mechanic just suggested an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover repair bills if anything happens to the car. New brakes, transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait, you pay nothing on repairs? Ox gets it fixed? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance?
Yeah, you don't pay. Ox pays. Ox even has a 30-day money-back guarantee and is A+ rated on the BBB. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike those other warranty companies.
The last thing I need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-240-1465. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care. 800-240-1465. 800-240-1465. Or go to oxcarcare.com.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? As we still have an accident being cleared in Lawrenceville, heads up for slowdowns around Butler Street near the intersection with 51st because of the crews working to get that out of your way. Construction crews are in your way, and they will be so each day, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily through mid-December. This is on the inbound Boulevard of the Allies, Route 885, up on the bluff between Van Bram Street and Marion Street. They are doing work there on the sidewalk around Marion Street, and that's why you'll have that single inbound or northbound lane restriction there. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be brisk and much colder than recent days with clouds and sunny breaks and a couple of snow showers. High 35. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, breezy and very cold with a couple more snow showers, though 22 to 26. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. If you're retired and own your own home, I want to share something that made a big difference in my life. A reverse mortgage from Federated Reverse Mortgage. I went through it myself. After speaking to my financial advisor, I turned to Craig Schwager at Fed Reverse. Craig has over 35 years of experience helping Pittsburgh families just like yours, and he and his team made the process simple and clear. Here's what I learned. A reverse mortgage isn't about giving up your home. It's about using the equity you've built to enjoy more financial freedom during retirement. And yes, you stay in your home. If you're 62 or older or helping a parent who is, talk to Craig at Federated. They're a local trusted source that truly cares. Call 833-888-0801 or visit fedreverse.com to schedule a free consultation because you've worked hard for your home. Now, let it work for you. Equal housing lender, reverse mortgages are subject to eligibility.
Hey, this is Lisa. Nest Expressions is the best in the drapery business because I'm behind every order that leaves my amazing gallery in Wexford. Call 724-933-5500 or book online, nestexpressions.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Here we are. Let's start the week off right. Maybe you stayed up late watching that game last night, bleary-eyed and all the such. Well, I'll be here 2 to 6 today. Colin Dunlap right here, KDKA.
Conversation about anxiety and depression because it's so prevalent and so relevant and so many of us suffer from it. Most men don't want to manage it. They just don't. They want to hide it. Old school especially. The old school guys, the immigrants, my relatives from Ireland and Italy, they just drank their way through it with all due respect, and I love them, and that's how they manage it. Women are much better at it. Using my sister Barb as an example, who has stage 4 pancreatic cancer, has not had a great day like the day you would have running a mile or something. Seriously, laughing and giggling, has not had a great day, 100% healthy in 2.5 years. And I was with her Saturday, and I'm holding her hand on the couch, and I can feel with my other hand, I can feel the bones in her back. I mean, she's withering away to nothing. And she says to me, I feel bad because I'm depressed. And I said, you're killing me. If you weren't depressed, it would be shocking to me. And it's that you're always choking. She's constantly trying to just breathe. And the thing is, most men, they don't want to manage it at all, ever, because they're afraid or embarrassed. And then get into the public safety world with cops. Forget about it. Very high rate of depression and suicide. And most cops don't want to manage it at all. My friend Kathy sent me this note. Farmers are increasingly killing themselves. There was a piece on 60 Minutes last night. Can't sell their crops. Can't buy equipment. Can't repair their equipment. Everything is more difficult these days. But for men in particular, they don't want to acknowledge it. Ever. And cops are the best or the worst at hiding it. My brother, Bob Garvin, who's been in law enforcement for decades, it's this thing that most cops experience but never want to admit. Yes, sir?
Admit, don't even acknowledge it. Don't never talk about it. It's just not acceptable.
It isn't.
It's totally wrong, but that's the way it is.
And tell our listeners some of the things you've experienced with this.
Well, I was 40 years ago, a crisis intervention officer. I'm the guy who handles this kind of calls for people in distress, suicides, etc. And two police officers I were. The one was my best friend. I was the very last one to talk to him before he went to work, took the radio car out, went down railroad tracks, shot and killed himself. And I never, ever, I worked with these guys day in and day out for years, never once had a clue they were suicidal.
Hardest for men, right? Right?
Well, it's yeah. I mean, and that's the old school, and that part of the school was really stupid.
Yeah.
Because you'd have a very bad call the first thing. Sergeant would come up and say, "Okay, who's taking a report?" Everybody else could back out and answer your calls. Shootings. I mean, I was in 2 shootouts, one with a sniper, and there was no counseling back then. Thank God we've made some inroads, but we're not there yet. We're really not.
Oh no, it's the big wall, right? In many of the cops sedate themselves with either drugs or alcohol or both. Yeah.
A higher percentage than you would imagine.
Yeah.
And you don't know it because, like I said, no one talks about it.
And did you ever learn why your partner killed himself?
It was stupid. We had probably one of the best bosses ever who retired, and we got one of the worst bosses ever. He was a sergeant. He had 22 years on the job. And for some reason, he hated this guy forever, and he had it in his mind. He had an oops child at 42, and he was just obsessed that he was going to lose his job. And, when we kid around, we went to high school together. I said, get out of here, and he called me. Matter of fact, I was leaving to get married out of state, and he said to me, Bobby, he says, you got to find me another job. I said, oh, come on, Mike. That's ridiculous. I said, I'll talk to you when I come back. He gave one clue, and I missed it. He says, probably not. And I missed it because I was so absorbed, didn't even consider it with him. And when I came back, he put a note in a book he left his wife halfway through the book, where he put in that nobody knows, nobody understands. I called somebody I thought that cared, but nobody cares. And there's a lot of residual. It's not just the suicide itself; it's all the people associated with them. And still this day, I really can't say why. And the other one, it was boom. We just didn't know anything about it. There was never no reason. And that was probably like a year after the first one.
Brother Bob, thanks, my man.
You take care, Marty.
It's horrible. Ed, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, Marty. Yeah, I have a interesting story. My daughter, she went to Chatham, got straight A's. She went to WVU Medical School, was in the top 10% of her class. She ended up joining the Army. She did 5 years residency at Walter Reed. Wow. While there, two of the people above her committed suicide.
Whoa.
She was sent down to Fort Campbell in Kentucky after that. She had a baby down there, and she had postpartum depression. She went to her commanding officer and told him that she needed some time. And he told her, how hard is it to write a prescription, and denied her time and actually gave her some problems about having a baby and not being married.
Wow.
And make a long story short, she ended up, and she is a psychiatrist and a internal medicine doctor. She ended up in the psychiatry ward. They were so hard on her.
Wow.
And she's she's getting out of the Army now with 70% disability, and they just drove a brilliant girl into the ground.
Jesus, man. My God.
Yeah. And needless to say, I'm furious about it, Marty. I was with her all the years of education and just there every step of the way, and for them to do this to her. And there is an act called the Brandon Act that was instituted by Biden in 2023, and it was named after a guy that was in the Navy named Brandon, who asked for help, and they denied him, and he killed himself. And this act says that if somebody asks for mental help, there's no question they should be given help. Well, this guy down there in Fort Campbell totally went against that, and I'm waiting for her to get out completely, and then I'm going to start on this because I'm not happy about it.
Did you worry whether she's going to take her own life?
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I absolutely did. But what's happened to her up until now just makes me sick.
My man, let me know if I can help you in any way. Email me, getmarty@kdkradio.com, please. Please.
All right. Thank you, Marty. Thanks for listening.
Your own daughter, man. That would. It's real and it's legit. Oh. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? We're getting reports of an accident. This is in Ross Township in the 4500 block of Peoples Road. So do watch for crews headed to the scene of that. Crews continue to work the scene of an accident in Lawrenceville. This on Butler Street near the intersection with 51st. Elsewhere around the commute right now, things are pretty tame. Gives us a chance to go to the construction file for North Strabane Township, Washington County. This one kicked off today and will be in your way around the clock through Friday, November 14th. Single lane restrictions are scheduled for the intersection of Route 1009, that's Morganza Road, and Route 1023, McClelland Road. And that's as they do some work to install a traffic signal support foundation at the intersection. All of this is weather permitting. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Look, NASCO is a Owens Corning Platinum contractor, one of the best in the business. That's what that says. And they have a lifetime warranty on their work and on the product. That's what that is. They're amazing. So that's why when my brother had a roof problem, NASCO. When my sister had a roof problem, NASCO. When I had a roof problem, NASCO. They're simply the best. Folks, you got to call NASCO. 412-373-2000. NASCO Roofing. 412-373-2000.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Woo, yeah. It's Marty. I love the cool weather, folks. Crisp mornings, cool evenings. Folks, winter's coming. You know what I'm thinking of? Windows. Time for Universal Windows Direct. Check this out. Right now, 2 windows, get 2 free. No limit. 0% financing for 3 years. Insane. Top it off. Get an extra $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule this month. I love this company. 412-545-6003. UniversalWindowsDirect.com. Remember, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Custom made. Professional team installing them. Guaranteed expert installation. UniversalWindowsDirect.com. Wonderful windows, wonderful company. Check it out.
Debt payments keeping you up at night? Credit cards, medical bills, personal loans. If you owe more than $10,000 in unsecured debt, we can help you settle for less. At J.G. Wentworth, many clients cut their debt by up to 50% before fees, potentially saving thousands of dollars. Even if your credit is damaged, we can help. And remember, you don't pay us a dime unless we reduce your debt. Call 877-CASH-NOW. The call is free. The consultation is free. And the bigger your debt, the more we can help you save. Act now. If you owe $10,000 or more, call 877-CASH-NOW. That's 877-CASH-NOW. Call right now. Your path toward financial freedom starts today with J.G. Wentworth. 877-CASH-NOW. Results vary. Not all debts qualify. Debt resolution impacts credit and may increase what you owe. Average savings before fees, 43%, 25% after fees. J.G. Wentworth does not pay debts or provide legal, tax, or credit repair services.
It's Marty. I'm here with Harold Shepley. I'll tell you why I reached out to him and how we met. I noticed that you help people. It's kind of your instinct, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I feel called. I feel that helping people with their finances is my calling in life.
And check this out. You were bankrupt once.
I did. I've lived through this. I've walked through it, and I got treated like absolute garbage, and I felt that no one else should ever have to feel that bad ever again.
Folks, this is the real deal. ShepleyLaw.com.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. North Hills-based Smith Micro Software reported its 2025 third quarter results amid cash raises and staff reductions. Smith Micro was originally founded in the 1980s as a software developer for fax machines and dial-up modems. The company evolved over the years and now primarily develops software to provide parental controls for cell phones. Last year, it saw its annual revenue get cut in half after Verizon opted not to renew a contract it had with the company at the end of 2023. In efforts to make up the lost ground, the company announced a round of layoffs said to impact approximately 30% of its employees. Also, Carnegie-based manufacturer Amco Pittsburgh announced Friday a change in its C-suite. Effective January 1st, 2026, David Anderson will step into the role of Vice President, Chief Financial Officer, Treasurer, and Assistant Secretary. He'll succeed current SVP, CFO, and Treasurer Michael McCauley. McCauley will retire on June 30th, 2026. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I have to mention my man Henry Rehagen is a hell of a man. He's you know what the cops say, he's a cop's cop. Henry has been in law enforcement. Man, I've had him on this show at least 100 times. He's my man. I love him. He was the union president. He had, at one time, 3,000-4,000 members. He was a chief. He was a patrolman. You name it, he was it. And about him, and I know Patrick remembers this. He called the show about a month ago. And he's had this amazing love for his wife for more than 50 years. And he opened himself up on the air. I'm getting sad just talking about this, but, it's kind of important. He opened himself up on the air because he was kind of confounded about what to do. And this dynamic faces so many people who can't get help for their spouse, long-term care, because it's so friggin' expensive and confusing and scary. And his wife is having dementia issues. And he was worried about paying for it, and then he thought she might need hospice. And he was worried about where to go. This is all true. And honestly, to be honest, I always end up partnering these folks up with people that I know and trust. And Julian Graves, who's one of my good friends now because he's helped so many people, engaged Henry with his wife to get her in a place so that she'd be happy and that Henry could afford and that she would be comfortable and peaceful. He sent me a note last night, 6:27. Thanks for all of your help, but won't be needing it. She passed on. And then there's the obituary for Janice Wehagen. She's a hell of a woman, and he's a hell of a man. She was 83. She died on Saturday. She was married to Henry for 60 years, man. My man, Henry, I hope you're listening, brother. I love you. 6 grandkids. She was a caregiver, stay-at-home mom, became a certified nurse assistant, took care of people because that's what she did, and that's what Henry did. And he loved her to the last day, to the last breath, to the last time he squeezed her hand. I'm kind of in a morbid place today, and I apologize, but these are life issues and things we all have to address. And to be blessed to love one woman for 60 years is a gift, man. I sometimes look at my wife and think, I don't know if I could go from Monday to Tuesday if she died, ever. And so how the hell could Henry turn on the water when his wife's gone after 60 years? We love you, Henry. You're my man. And we love Janice. She's a hell of a woman. She's a hell of a wife. And she did the right thing. Always. And isn't that about as good as it gets? I hope that I can live long enough to spend 60 years with my wife. A blessing. A true unicorn. We love you, Henry. Hang in there, brother. Whatever you need.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
This holiday, give the gift of peace of mind with a AAA membership, the ultimate stocking stuffer for the ones you love. Enjoy exclusive savings on shopping, dining, theme parks, and even travel planning. Plus, 24/7 roadside assistance you can always count on. Right now, gift a membership for just $35 and get a free household member. They'll even thank you with a $20 gift card. Visit AAA.com/gift. AAA, we're always with you.
Have you been diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer? You may qualify for a clinical trial studying an investigational therapy designed to activate your immune system to fight cancer throughout the body. If your prostate cancer has spread and you've received prior hormone therapy, you may be eligible. Take the next step in your fight. Visit Legion100trial.com to learn more or call 1-888-636-5344. That's Legion100trial.com or 1-888-636-5344.
Attention all dog owners. If you have ever listened to the radio or TV for any length of time, you've probably heard of America's #1 dog supplement, Rough Greens. Greetings, naturopathy Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. And if your dog suffers from bad breath, itchy skin, licking paws, joint pain, or low energy, the truth is their food is probably to blame. You see, all commercial dog food is dead food. That's why I created Rough Greens. One daily scoop gives your pup the live vitamins, omega oils, probiotics, and enzymes that will bring their food back to life. Don't believe me? Let your dog try it before you buy it. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag, risk-free. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Use discount code NEWS. Don't wait. Give your dog the gift of vibrant health. Order now. It'll be at your house in a few days. Go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com. Discount code NEWS for your free Jumpstart trial bag today. Rough Green. We make any dog food better.
Feeding a big family on Thanksgiving? Jones Turkey Farm has you covered. They offer extra large turkeys that will satisfy everyone. To find out more and save 25%, call Jones Turkey Farm today, 724-352-2450, or visit jonesturkeyfarm.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 34 and overcast. 12 o'clock now. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The end of the government shutdown could be in sight.
On this vote, the yeas are 60 and the nays are 40. 3/5 of the Senate duly chosen and sworn, having voted in the affirmative. The motion upon reconsideration is agreed to.
8 Senate Democrats joined Republicans last night to clear the first hurdle towards a funding bill. Now, the measure funds the government through January, pays for SNAP benefits through next September at higher levels, and Republicans have agreed to a vote on an Affordable Care Act bill of the Democrats' choosing before mid-December. Timing for the final passage in the Senate remains uncertain, and if it does pass, it goes to the House for approval. As the shutdown continues, travelers are dealing with issues at airports.
We're delayed right off the get-go. We hadn't even left for the airport yet. So then we missed our connecting flight in Minneapolis.
Almost 3,000 flights canceled Sunday, more than 10,000 delayed, and now, so far, 1,600 flights canceled today with 2,400 delays. Those numbers they expect will go up. A Butler County father is accused of killing his 2-month-old child. Charges have been filed against 32-year-old Vincent Maselli after the infant died at a hospital. First responders were called Saturday afternoon to a home on Spooner Drive in Butler Township for an infant that was not breathing. EMTs say the baby had bruising to the head and torso. An autopsy showed the child died from blunt force trauma to the head. Maselli has been charged with criminal homicide, aggravated assault, and child endangerment. The Turnpike Commission is reminding drivers while toll booths are being phased out, the tolls are not. Now people who've racked up thousands in unpaid tolls are at risk of civil action. Turnpike Chair Mike Carroll says more than 100 cases have already been referred to the Attorney General's office.
And when folks take advantage of our system but don't pay the tolls, the Commonwealth, through the Attorney General's office, will take the necessary steps to ensure that you make your payment.
Violators are being targeted if they fail to pay up even after their case has been referred to collections agencies and their vehicle's registration has been revoked. Today is the coldest day of the week, and National Weather Service forecaster Andrew Kinzel says tonight's low is going down to 22 degrees.
Tonight's going to be a cold one. It's going to be a rough start to Tuesday morning with the terms of the wind being up too. We're going to have wind chills there that look like they could be in the upper teens, so definitely bring a jacket tomorrow.
On the Big K Morning Show, Kinzel said slick roads are possible tomorrow with a trace to an inch of snow in the city and suburbs. Higher elevations could get 2 to 4 inches. Michael Keaton's star on the Pittsburgh Walk of Fame has been fixed. A spelling error came to light after his plaque was unveiled last month. Keaton's first name was spelled correctly on his star, but in the description below, the A and the E in Michael were switched. Somehow the mistake went unnoticed until the ceremony for the first 10 people inducted into the Walk of Fame on the sidewalk in front of the terminal on Smallman Street. A Cash 5 player in Allegheny County has won $870,000. This winning ticket in Sunday's drawing was sold at Unimart on Fern Hollow Road in Moon Township. At this hour on Wall Street, the Dow back up now 74 points at 47,061. The NASDAQ is up 365 points and the S&P up 61. KDKA Sports College Hoops. Eastern Michigan visits Pitt tonight. Tip-off at 7. On Monday Night Football, Philadelphia is at Green Bay. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. It's 34, overcast skies in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast next.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. All the time I'm talking about auto accidents, big crashes, big wrecks. Call 1-800-GET-PHIL or 412-281-5005. Look, Phil DiLucente and Associates, they're in Pittsburgh. They give free, that's right, free consultations. Phil and Ken Nolan, his partner, handle auto cases. I've worked with them a lot. So call 1-800-GET-PHIL. Call Ken Nolan and Phil DiLucente now at 1-800-GET-PHIL today. They're the best, folks. How to relieve stress this holiday? Answer, Salem's Market and Grill. Fresh Amish turkeys, roasted rack of lamb, prime rib, brisket, you name it, Salem's got it. Goat and oxtail, too. Salem's is open on Thanksgiving to swing by for your hot, roasted turkey or rack of lamb. Reserve at salemsmarketgrill.com, 29th and Penn in the Strip. Eliminate stress. Go with Salem's, featuring the finest cuts of USDA choice beef.
Hey, I'm Sam.
And I'm Calvin.
With Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. You ever wait way too long for a haircut and finally get one and think, why didn't I do that months ago?
Oh, yeah. Suddenly you're walking taller, smiling bigger, and feeling like a new person.
That's exactly what it feels like when you finally replace that old roof or deck. You don't realize how bad it looked or how much better it could be until it's done.
And when it is, your whole house feels fresh again.
Give your home that clean-cut confidence with a new deck, roof, or siding project. Call the Cousins.
All right, Patrick, you ate at Hofstadt's about a week ago. How good was it?
Amazing.
Right?
Delicious.
And he's a food snob. So add to that, Hofstadt's has prime rib Mondays. My boy, the restaurant king, JK. Prime rib Mondays, Hofstadt's. Dry rubbed, slow roasted, hand carved prime rib with au jus. I love saying that. Au jus. 2 sides. Mondays, Hofstadt's. Oakmont, 4 to 9. Prime rib, brothers and sisters. Go for it.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be brisk and much colder than recent days with clouds and sunny breaks and a couple of snow showers. High 35. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, breezy and very cold with a couple more snow showers, though 22 to 26. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
When I need to look my best, I trust Laramore's. They just customized my new suit, the fit, the style, the confidence. It's unmatched. Discover the difference of Laramore's men's clothing. 249 Fifth Avenue, downtown Pittsburgh. Thanks, Laramore's.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I'm good friends with Ticket Nick. He's actually one of my boys. I love him. I like his business. I like his honesty and his integrity. I like how hard he works. I like that he's an insider. But he's in a business that most people can't stand right now because I'm not exaggerating this. Not a day goes by when one of my kids or one of my friends says, I can't afford that. I can never go to another concert again. Or, what do you mean Pitt tickets? Pitt sucks, with all due respect to Pitt. What do you mean they're $400 to see Notre Dame? People get weird about this. The dynamic of the business has changed dramatically to the point where people are paying insane amounts of money for the big artists. And those left behind are angry. Actually, quite frankly. And they want to take it out on someone. Whether it's Ticketmaster or StubHub, whoever the hell it is, they think they're getting screwed. Stuck in the middle of the pros. Guys like Nick who are nothing but above board and flat out honest about what's happened in the business. Ticket Nick, what's up, brother?
How's it going, Marty?
You do hear that, don't you? Because I know, because I've been with you when people, they can't believe what they have to pay now to be entertained, right?
Neither can I.
Wow.
I mean, I'm paying it as well, and you know, part of the problem is there's a lot of data out there, and the data that teams and performers are getting is on the resale side, but that's only a small percentage of tickets. Fans still do get tickets when they go on sale.
They just don't believe that anymore, do they, Nick?
No, they don't believe it at all.
Hey, Nick, I don't believe it most of the time because I can't find the $50 ticket that we used to be able to find. In this PG piece, dug deep into this, saying the federal government is cracking down on several fronts because tickets are so high. Are they really cracking down, Nick, and what are they doing?
They're cracking down to make things more transparent, and it has taken a toll on my end of things because when we sell a ticket prior to this ruling, the ticket would probably show up to what I was receiving back when I sold that ticket from an exchange. So an exchange would be a marketplace like StubHub, Vivid, SeatGeek.
Yep.
Now the fees have to be included. So every exchange has a different sales rate. So, you know, it could be 15%, it could be 30%. So that 15 to 30% that the exchange is making is now included. And people believe that that's what we're selling the ticket for.
Oh. Hey, Nick.
So I don't see that full number that's listed.
Nick, there is no return to the old days, is there, sir, with the $30 concert ticket? It ain't happening, is it, sir, for the big bands? Never.
For the big bands, absolutely not. They know what the data is out there, and there are lightning in a bottle instances like Taylor Swift. But like I tell your listeners all the time, Marty, if you don't get the ticket on the day of the on sale, just wait the market out.
I love this.
Let it settle down.
I love this theory.
And you're going to get a better price. And, you know, we've talked about some individuals with Paul McCartney that happened to.
Hold on.
You and I.
Hold on. 80-year-old woman. This is a true story. This is actually, I'm so glad he brought this up. Love McCartney, grew up kind of watching the Beatles. What'd she pay, Nick? $1,300, right?
Something like that. It was definitely north of $1,200, yes.
And what, not to be a jerk to her because we're trying to help her, what could she buy that ticket for today, sir, if she wanted?
Probably a couple $100. Yeah. Probably $300, $400.
So number one, how do people get sucked into the $1,200 deal? How does that happen, Nick?
I blame it on excitement.
Yep.
So fans get excited. It goes on sale. They're like, oh, it's sold out so quickly. You know, all kinds of things happen. People end up buying too many seats. You know, you and I could be friends. We both bought seats. We were going to go to the concert together. I'm going to unload my seats. I mean, my phones ring all day long with people selling us tickets. So things happen. It's not anything to get terrified over unless it's a one-off. Like I said, like Taylor Swift. Nobody saw that coming.
Nice. So if that woman, and by the way, this is amazing advice because my daughters, I told them this and they learned from Nick. So they would wait till even the night of the concert. So a ticket that on the first of the month was $300, the night of the show is now $30. How do you get to that $30 ticket? Because that does happen.
Well, I mean, here's the deal. I'm constantly buying, Marty. So I'm even buying the day of the show.
It's amazing.
So, and I mean, you've seen me buy up until kickoff.
Yep.
So, you know, I want to move the ticket. You know, like we always say in our office, sometimes $5 is better than no bucks. You know, I don't want to eat something. I'll just keep cutting the price and sell it.
So hold on. So people kind of get how this happens. Honestly, Nick, how low have you sold Pitt football tickets for a game on game day, sir?
Am I really allowed to say this?
Yes, you are, sir.
$5.
$5.
Yes. Now, that won't be the case this weekend. And, you know, Pitt does do dynamic pricing.
What does that mean?
And
what does that mean?
You know, the price of ticket, you know, I think the cheapest ticket that the school was selling for Duquesne was $20, and I think the cheapest ticket they're selling for Notre Dame is $95.
But right now, and I love that he brought this up. Right now, if I want a Notre Dame ticket, right now, lousy seat, what's the price?
$115 to get in the door.
That's not high.
I think it's pretty reasonable for a big matchup on a Saturday.
And they'll be sold out. That same seat for whiteout night, Penn State, what would that seat cost?
$400.
$400. But hold on. Walk up that night, people were paying $1,000, weren't they?
If they were out there.
That's
I mean, there was not much inventory out there.
So people have to be, number one, willing to wait. Right, sir? Right?
Yeah, they have to wait. And, I mean, I'm not telling them to wait till kickoff. But, monitor it. I mean, come into the office, check what it's doing. If, there's something that is in your budget, go ahead. But I don't think that consumers really wait. I think consumers get excited. They hear it's sold out. They pull the trigger immediately. And then we hear stories like that 80-year-old woman, which I feel bad for. But, we talked about she didn't even have an exact section.
She didn't.
Of the seat. She was buying what I call air and a zone. And now that the market drops, she wants to buy something cheaper. Well, there's not a lot you can do. I mean, one, she didn't buy the ticket from us.
She didn't.
Two, she bought it from a marketplace, and
StubHub. StubHub.
Right. Their terms and conditions would not allow that.
So she's left hanging with a $1,200 ticket that she could get today for $200.
Yeah, a couple, maybe three. Yeah.
Hey, Nick, can you hang?
I can.
It's important stuff. It's actually fascinating. For most people, the big shows, you can't afford them. You just can't. It's just that expensive.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Most transactions, relationships, engagements with a lawyer is transactional. Right? Business dealings, divorce, taxes, criminal case, whatever ends up being. Not with Julian Gray. His law firm has become an integral part of our family. My wife, her parents are struggling in Florida. Julian Gray's social workers did amazing things to help them in Florida. My sister is struggling with pancreatic cancer and wants an estate plan, and she's talking to him right now. He spent a month on estate plan for myself and my wife, GrayAutoLawn.com. They're amazing. The way they handle you like family is kind of why I'm telling you this story about how it's affected my family's life and how it's become more than transactional. It's made a massive difference in our lives. GrayAutoLawn.com. 412-458-6000. 412-458-6000.
You could think you found your dream home online. The kitchen island looks perfect for your inner chef. The backyard, a paradise for your green thumb. And that extra room, hello walk-in closet. But here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. And this sound, yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot of that. Don't let your dream home turn into a nightmare. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it. One's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Wonderful.
Picture this. You're halfway through a DIY car fix and boom, you're missing a part. It's okay because whatever it is, it's on eBay and it's guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love.
Yo, Adam, around here you gotta watch for porch pirates.
Not with Guardian Protection. Buy one camera, get the second free, front porch and back deck cover.
That's double protection for your food deliveries and your holiday packages.
Don't wait. This BOGO deal's here for a limited time.
Call 1-800-PROTECT or visit guardianprotection.com/FAN to claim your buy one, get one free cameras.
That's 1-800-PROTECT. Terms and conditions apply. Guardian Protection, keeping you in safe.
Be thankful this November for your home's equity and take advantage of it with a hot deal. A home equity loan special with rates as low as 5.5% at Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. It's Dan Zangrilli. With 7 convenient locations in the area, unlock this great home loan rate. Not a member? Well, if you live, work, or worship in Allegheny, Beaver, or Butler counties, you can join Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union for just $5. Learn more at AllegiantFCU.org. Federally insured by the NCUA.
CBS Eye on Veterans from ConnectingVets.com. Navy SEAL veteran Marcus Capone used medical-assisted psychedelic therapy to heal his severe PTSD and depression, which often leads to suicide. He explained the connection between combat operations that so often create mental health issues.
Every day there was a head ringer. I mean, if you were dealing with explosives, you were always close to the charge. And so, if I've done hundreds of real-world explosions, I've done thousands of breaching in training, you're getting that impact. You're getting that overpressure. And that overpressure is gonna jack you up. And the more you do it, there's a reason why we're having this conversation today.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, all veterans, service members, and their families can join. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/veterans. And from all of us, Happy Veterans Day. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The ticket business fascinates me, and so many of us end up in the game because our kids want to go to things. I could care less. Most of the time, I'd rather watch it at home. But what you might not know is the big schools. Clemson, you name it, all of them. You name the big schools. Penn State, even Pitt. And then the pro teams, the Penguins, the Pirates, the Cowboys, you name it. And even some artists, which is, no one knows this. It's kind of this world of economics of the ticket business. They have what are called resellers. And my man Nick is one of the best ticket brokers in America. No BS. Nick, what the hell is a reseller and how's that work?
They have a deal with a reseller. It'd be somebody that is specific to team partnerships, and it helps teams that on one level may not sell out.
Nice.
So that they can move seats at a lesser value than what they will at the window.
Nice.
And the other part of it is teams can maximize profit on their really good seats if they are performing well on the premium seats, and they can get more than face value and get more visibility. A reseller has the ability to broadcast inventory and have it broadcasted amongst multiple platforms.
Wow, but so the team itself said, we got these tickets, come to Steelers.com, buy the tickets, or Pirates or whoever, and that's that. But they get it to a reseller and game on, right? Anything goes.
Correct.
Wow.
Correct. There's times where you're buying the allotment of tickets cheaper than face value, and there's times where you're doing either a profit share or you're paying a premium for those tickets. And
so Nick, so if there's a really hot artist, let's say a rap artist, really hot, and they got a block of tickets, so then they go to a reseller and say, my man, this ticket is face value $75, put it out there for $400, right? That happens too,
correct. Right? That happens a lot, yes.
It does. And that contributes to the massive increase in the cost of tickets, doesn't it?
Correct. And nobody is talking about the partnerships that teams have and artists have with resellers.
It's almost like a dirty little secret, sir.
It is beyond a dirty little secret because everybody says they don't do it and everybody does do it.
Hey, but in defense of the artists, no one buys albums anymore. The only way they can make money, brother, and I'm not suggesting that this is a hell of a thing, but the only way they make money is this sort of thing, right? They're real money, sir.
There's money buying the songs and streaming and things of that nature. But, you know, when they go on tour, they can be massive tours. And, I mean, we're looking at a massive tour that's coming to Pittsburgh in early June that went on sale this past Friday. And prime example, they got our sales data from other shows, and they made face values extremely high.
Oh.
Your listeners can go online and still buy tickets, and everybody thought it was going to sell out.
Morgan Whalen.
Yes, correct.
And so they put all these tickets out there, and they don't sell out. What happens next, sir? Because people get excited. They'll pay above face value. You say wait, right?
Right, wait, and I would watch the market. I would not be surprised if they adjust the face value in the coming months and go from there.
It's amazing. It's a massive business, like multi-billion-dollar business, is it not, Nick?
Correct.
And folks are paying more than you've ever seen in your life for events, right?
Some of the prices I see are incredible. But on the other hand, Pitt has a home basketball game tonight, and you probably could walk in the door for under $15.
Oh. Wow, I love this. So your point is shop around, be patient, look for a moment, and enjoy it, right?
Absolutely.
Wow. What's a good Pitt ticket this weekend cost? Pitt Notre Dame.
Good Pitt ticket, probably about $350 for a really good seat.
Face value is what?
Face value on something like that would be, let me look at my sheet here. Pitt was probably selling that ticket for $250, $290.
I see. Ticket Nick, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you juggle it. I don't know how you manage it, but you offer some good advice. Wait it out. But by the way, Nick, tell people, please don't go through these weird sites, please, because you can get screwed, right?
Go through a marketplace that has some kind of consumer protection.
Yeah, our kids are buying tickets on Facebook, and they get ripped off, and there's no way to get that money back, right?
Correct, yeah. Doing through Facebook and those kinds of things, absolutely.
I'll meet you on the corner, or blah, blah, blah stuff.
Yeah, none of that. Don't ever do that.
Ticket Nick, it's enlightening, brother. Thanks, my man. What's the hottest ticket in the world right now? In the world, sir.
In the world? I mean, it will be Super Bowl. I mean, I'm not diving into Super Bowl as of yet, but I will. I'll be there in a couple weeks.
And Morgan Whalen tickets, how much?
More Friday. Let's take a look here real quick. I think they were selling the cheapest ticket, I think, for like $85. So it's probably like, $125. Because people would buy the cheapest seats first.
That's fair, right?
Yeah.
What were people paying for Adele in Vegas for her residency? Because I asked him about this.
Thousands of dollars.
Thousands of dollars. Thousands.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted a really good seat, it was expensive.
Like what? 7,000.
No. I mean, like 2,000.
Ticket Nick, my man. I love you, brother. It's great stuff.
All right, take care, Marty.
I don't go anywhere. My whole thing was I wanted to go to see Adele with my wife, and I asked Nick, and he's the man. He's more connected than Jesus, and he's like, $1,500 each. Nope, I'll pass.
Experience casino like never before at Bet365. Spin your way through your favorite games. Check out our awesome table games and face off against a real live dealer. And play exclusive games that you simply can't play anywhere else. New Bet365 players get a 100% deposit match bonus up to $1,000 plus spins. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically present in New Jersey and Pennsylvania. T&Cs apply.
Attention all dog owners. If you have ever listened to the radio or TV for any length of time, you've probably heard of America's #1 dog supplement, Rough Greens. Greetings, naturopathy Dr. Dennis Black, Amazon best-selling author and founder of Rough Greens here. And if your dog suffers from bad breath, itchy skin, licking paws, joint pain, or low energy, the truth is their food is probably to blame. You see, all commercial dog food is dead food. That's why I created Rough Greens. One daily scoop gives your pup the live vitamins, omega oils, probiotics, and enzymes that will bring their food back to life. Don't believe me? Let your dog try it before you buy it. I'll send you a free Jumpstart trial bag, risk-free. You just cover the shipping. Go to roughgreens.com. That's ruffgreens.com. Use discount code NEWS. Don't wait. Give your dog the gift of vibrant health. Order now. It'll be at your house in a few days. Go to roughgreens.com. That's ruffgreens.com. Discount code NEWS for your free Jumpstart trial bag today. Rough Green. We make any dog food better.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet stop you from being active and getting healthy. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Mostly cloudy and 36 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. 8 Senate Democrats joined Republicans last night in a procedural vote on a resolution that would reopen the federal government. This is Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has that story.
Democrats held out for weeks demanding an extension of expiring Affordable Care Act subsidies. But over the weekend, moderate Democrats accepted a GOP promise of a vote on the issue next month. Senator Dave McCormick talked about that with KDKA's Marty Griffin.
We're going to open up the government and then get a vote over the next couple of weeks on some variation of an extension on the health care subsidies, which is what the Democrats were saying they wanted all along. So it's just a complete waste of time, and I'm sorry that Pennsylvanians have had to suffer through this. I hope the end's in sight.
The legislation to fund the government through January includes SNAP food aid and other programs while ensuring back pay for furloughed federal workers. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
A New York man faces felony charges after allegedly trying to derail a train in Springdale. This Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has the details.
Springdale police say 34-year-old Scott Andrew Hefner of Friendship, New York, moved 2 tractor trailers from the PPG paints plant on nearby railroad tracks early Sunday morning. Investigators say Hefner told police his phone was talking to him, instructing him to block the tracks and cut power behind the building. Surveillance video shows him using the trucks and even getting into a borough street sweeper. Hefner was arrested and charged with multiple felonies, including risking a catastrophe and theft. He's being held in the Allegheny County Jail without bail and is due in court November 17th. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
If you're wondering where the snow is that we were warned about, stand by. National Weather Service meteorologist Andrew Kunzel.
Things could turn as we head into tomorrow morning, though, with temperatures dropping. We're expecting roadway temperatures to be below freezing and snow showers to kind of pick up late this afternoon, this evening. So the Tuesday morning commute could be a little bit more of a headache than the Monday morning commute.
Kunzel said you're going to need a winter jacket tomorrow with wind chills expected to be in the upper teens. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 61 points, the Nasdaq up 360. The S&P 500 is up 59 points. KDK Radio News time is 12:32. Our next update at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
That musty smell in your basement, dark spots on the wall, don't assume all that's just old house stuff. No, it could be mold, and mold never waits. It spreads, it damages, it threatens your health. Ugh. Service Master Greater Pittsburgh, that's who you need to call. And they don't just paint over the problem. They find the source, they remove the mold, they fix it once and for all. Demand the yellow van. Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh. Call them today. 412-826-1010.
So I interviewed a mother and daughter. They're both full-time nurses in Pittsburgh. Both got degrees from CCAC. Both of them have no debt. None. My daughter's best friend is going to Pitt as a junior. Her first 2 years at CCAC, no debt. It's amazing. They have 130 programs. CCAC.edu. CCAC rocks, believe me.
Prescription products require completion of an online medication consultation with an independent healthcare provider through the LifeMD platform and are only available if prescribed. Subscription required. Individual results may vary. Additional restrictions apply at lifemd.com. Read all warnings before using GLP-1s. Side effects may include a risk of thyroid C-cell tumors. Do not use GLP-1s if you or your family have a history of thyroid cancer.
Confused on where to start with weight loss medication? 95% of LifeMD patients said starting their weight loss journey was simple. Go to trylifemd.com now and see the best options with or without insurance for Wegovy, Zepbound, and more. Brian was approved for insurance coverage and lost 100 pounds.
I love the fact that insurance covered almost everything because pharmaceutical prices are going through the roof. The first time I realized that LifeMD was working for me was when the hunger started going away. I never thought losing weight would be this easy. It's given me more energy. I would recommend LifeMD to anybody.
Nearly 96% of patients said they would recommend the LifeMD program to anyone who wants to lose weight. Get started right now at trylifemd.com. That's TRYLIFEMD.com.
Fall in Pittsburgh. And does Rhino Shield do a business? Just ask business owner Mike.
I was watching TV one night and saw the Rhino Shield ad, and I thought, well, if they can do a house, they can probably do a building.
And remember, Rhino Shield's not pain, it's better.
So they came out and they gave me a price, showed me how the Rhino works, how it lasts, and how the guarantee works.
Pittsburgh, right now, you can have the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off and 0% financing for 12 months.
They started on the building. They waited for us to leave, and they worked Saturday and Sunday so they wouldn't affect our business at all. This was the great part of it. I came back Sunday night, and you couldn't even tell they were here. There was no paint on the ground. They did a fantastic job.
Here's owner Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl. Go Rhino.
Don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Hey folks, Bill Hillgrove here. I've called a lot of plays in my day, but here's one you probably didn't see coming. I got a reverse mortgage. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Bill, did you just give your house to the bank? Nope, my house is still mine. I just made it start paying me for a change. I worked with Federated Reverse Mortgage right here in Pittsburgh. Craig Schweiger has been serving local families for over 35 years. Extra income for everyday living, medical needs, or simply peace of mind. They made the whole process simple, stress-free, and dare I say, kind of enjoyable. There's no catch. You stay in your home and you use the equity you've built to take the pressure off. So if you're 62 or older, or if you're the adult child wondering how to help mom or dad, don't wait. Call Federated Reverse Mortgage at 833-888-0801 or visit fedreverse.com. Tell Craig I sent you. Equal housing lender. Reverse mortgages are subject to eligibility.
Hey folks, it's Marty. Voss TV and Appliance has a huge selection of big brand names and prices you'll love. Third generation family business. Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team provides meaningful service that actually serves. They answer phones, show up on time, and truly care about their customers. It's old school service that matters, and you won't find it anywhere else. Visit Voss's South Hills showroom today. 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. Love them. The lowest prices guaranteed.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds and a few sunny breaks for the rest of our Monday. Brisk and much colder than recent days. A couple of passing snow showers. High 35. Tonight, breezy and very cold with partly to mostly cloudy skies and a couple of snow showers, low 22 to 26. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Warm up with some great November savings at Coons Market.
Jumbo Party Cut Chicken Wings, $1.88 a pound. Fresh blueberries, 1 pint package, $1.99 each. And Jumbo Sunkissed Navel Oranges, 5 for $5. Come see us at Coons.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Here we are. Let's start the week off right. Maybe you stayed up late watching that game last night, bleary-eyed and all the such. Well, I'll be here 2 to 6 today. Colin Dunlap right here, KDK.
I want you to hear this. There's this misconception about welfare and food stamps and the people who need them and the people who use them. And a woman called last week and just nailed it. And I was so pleased that I wanted you folks to hear this. And this is a woman, well, listen to this interview.
I worked my way off of food stamps, and my husband is a veteran. When he was serving in Iraq, we had 4 children from 2 to 16 years old. And without those food stamps, I don't know what we would have done.
Oh, wow.
And now I am a registered nurse, and I've worked my way off of food stamps, and that's what it's there for.
Wow. So Angie, for all those haters who suggest that anyone on food stamps is fat and lazy and a minority, that's just not true, is it?
No, it makes me so mad because we really struggled. You know, we struggled a lot with the 4 kids. We couldn't afford daycare. Wow. You know, I tried working opposite shifts when he wasn't serving, you know, when he was home. You know, he would work the morning, I would work the afternoon, and even midnight shifts. We did everything we could to make it, and we still just didn't make enough to be able to, you know, afford the food that we needed.
Which, by the way, in my opinion, is a disgrace that we do this to veterans. And at the time, when you're going through this, did you have a certain amount of disappointment in how your country is rewarding your husband's service?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Why wouldn't you?
They're taking care of him now. He's retired, and he was able to get approved for disability. So I mean, it was a battle, but he's okay, and they're taking care of him now. So I can say that for them.
Here's my problem with that, and that's grand and wonderful. But I've sat in homes where military folks, their husbands over there fighting a war, he could die any day, and mom's headed to the food line. You know what I'm saying? That shouldn't happen in America.
I do.
That should not happen, should it?
I've done it.
You did it.
It should not. I've done it. I've been that mom in that food line and that Army life. So I've been there. I've done that.
Shouldn't we do better for our veterans and their families?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There is no way in hell.
We didn't want to move around to Army base and Army base,
Yeah.
so I stayed here. I live in the Mon Valley, you know, so we stayed here.
And you went to school and became a nurse at the same time?
I did. I don't know how I did it, and I wouldn't go back and do it again. But, yeah, it was rough, but we did it.
Man, you represent everything that works in this country. Every single thing. Love her. It's amazing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It was a rough road, but we made it.
Wow. It's a beautiful story. Angie, thank you, and commend your husband for his service. So I wanted you to hear that, and then I want to throw some numbers at you because we think that military life is fine. Check this out. Food pantries. At one base, Fort Hood, they went from 8 pantries to 22 in 1 year. 40% increase in usage just this year. Just this year. It's unbelievable. How about this? The number of military families using food pantries doubled from 62,000, more than doubled, to 140,000 in 2024. Military families. Government data shows that 1/4 active duty service members experience food insecurity. They don't have food at times. Wow. How about this? The American average is 13.5%. The military average is 25%. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Wow. They can't pay their bills. The rate of unemployment among spouses, because they got to raise the kids, 21%. And they can't find jobs because they're on a base. So now, because of what's happened with the shutdown and reimbursements and not getting paid, they're waiting 8 hours and food lines. Serve in the military. Wow. That's unbelievable. And they're ashamed, and they can't pay their bills, and they don't know how to make ends meet. That woman's story, she was ashamed and gets disgusted. There's no way in hell that a man or a woman serving America should ever wait in a friggin' food line. There's no way that in America they should wait for government cheese. No. There's no way they should live in a beat-up house or have a rundown car. No one ever expects to get rich from serving in the military. However, you would think you'd be able to pay your bills. You would think you'd have food. You would. If anyone ever asks you, 1 out of 4 military families get food assistance, 25%. The national average is 13% for the rest of America. Think about that.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Oakmont Bakery gearing up for Thanksgiving, and they bring it at Thanksgiving. Check this out. They're taking orders till Sunday, November 23rd. Sunday, November 23rd. Oakmont Bakery pies, cakes, rolls, the perfect centerpiece for your Thanksgiving table. I'm telling you, if it's pumpkin, they got it. Insanely good chocolate cakes, pumpkin rolls. Oakmont Bakery. Delicious.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi. If your garage floor looks lousy with stains, cracks, or bad epoxy job, right now you can get 50% off labor on a new Comer & Cross garage floor. Call them now because 50% off labor ends soon. Here's their number, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. A new Comer & Cross garage floor will be your favorite home improvement. It's going to feel like pulling into a new car showroom every night. Guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And Comer & Cross makes it so easy. All their employees are well-trained pros. They don't use subcontractors ever. They're in and out in one day. They'll fix your cracks and pits perfectly. They even take your stuff out for you. For 50% off labor and your new Comer & Cross garage floor installed by the holiday, call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR or go to COMERcross.com. Comer & Cross Garage Floor Coatings.
Are debt payments keeping you up at night? Credit cards, medical bills, personal loans, it can all add up and feel impossible to keep up. If you owe $10,000 or more in unsecured debt, J.G. Wentworth may be able to help you and put you on the path to freedom in as little as 24 to 48 months. Imagine one affordable monthly payment instead of juggling multiple bills and creditors. We've helped thousands of people cut their debt by up to 50% before fees, and we don't get paid unless we reduce your debt. The more you owe, the more you could save. Call 877-CASH now. The call is free, the consultation is free, and there's no obligation to sign up. Call today for your free consultation. 877-CASH now. That's 877-CASH now. Don't wait. Every day you delay could cost you more. Call 877-CASH now today. Results vary, not all debts qualify. Debt resolution impacts credit and may increase what you owe. Average savings before fees 43%, 25% after fees. The choice to stop paying creditors is yours. J.G. Wentworth does not pay debts or provide legal, tax, or credit repair services.
Honey, is our car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My sister just got an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover our repair bills if anything happens to our car, new brakes, a transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait a minute, we pay nothing on the repairs? Ox gets it fixed for us? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance? What's the number?
800-240-1465. Ox has a 30-day money-back guarantee and an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike other warranty companies. We should call now, 800-240-1465.
The last thing we need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-240-1465. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care, 800-240-1465 or oxcarcare.com.
Hey, it's Sam. And I'm Calvin with Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. When we started out, we were building decks out of the back of our pickup trucks, and Grandma's garage was HQ.
We didn't have much, but we had family and a promise to do things the family way.
We saw way too many contractors cutting corners and treating their clients terribly, so we built Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks on honesty, craftsmanship, and always doing right by the client.
We've grown a lot since Grandma's garage, but those values haven't changed. Call the Cousins.
This is the Bloomberg Money Minute. Amid all the news about the government shutdown, job losses, slumping consumer sentiment, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is trying to sound positive, saying President Trump's suggestion that all Americans may receive a tariff dividend of about $2,000 could come via the tax cuts on tips, overtime pay, and Social Security, part of the Trump signature policy bill signed into law earlier this year. On Wall Street, stocks are higher. Investors are betting that the government shutdown may end soon, with a deal being worked out right now in the Senate. That's why the Dow's up 0.25%, the tech-heavy Nasdaq up 1 2/3%, and the S&P 1% higher. Apple planning on a series of upgrades to the satellite features on iPhones and smartwatches, allowing users to stay connected even if they're off their wireless carrier grids. And just ahead of the holidays, Switzerland is this close to securing an agreement with the U.S. that would lower tariffs on its watches and other imports from the current 39% to just 15%. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
We don't talk about sports a lot, but I got to mention game day. Probably the best pre-event sports show I've ever seen in my life, ever. On ESPN, Saturday mornings, like 10 o'clock, up until kickoff. It's a hell of a show. Now, I'm biased for several reasons. It's my nephew, Ryan, DJ Griff, who I love. One of the world's greatest human beings, and insanely creative, insanely musical. He's on the crew with Pat McAfee. He went to high school with Pat. Was it Plum? Is it Plum? Yeah. DJ Griff. And so they're the same age. Were they in their 30s? It's probably the most entertaining sports show I've ever seen in my life. Primarily in my world because of McAfee, who I think is gifted. Hey, Paulie, can you hear me? Can you pop that on? I love Paul. I'm so glad he's in there. So McAfee, it's funny, Paulie, because he's kind of an outlier, right? And he's kind of become the star of the game day show. And he's coming to Pittsburgh. And your business, the sports business and sports talk, has changed so dramatically, Paul. Like, back in the day, it was final score 6-4. Not anymore, man. You know what I'm saying, Paul? It's so entertainment-based now, right?
Well, everything is.
Yep.
And if you don't create, everyone has their own platform now.
Yep.
I mean, you can do Facebook Live and start your own show anytime, anywhere. But Pat has certainly found his wheelhouse.
Oh.
And the beauty of it is, ESPN's pretty uptight.
Yep.
A lot of people that
Such
I've
a
known
great
over the many, many
observation.
years haven't worked out there because they're just very controlling and very they're very left on so many different things, and they really control things. Like if you didn't get a vaccination, you were fired immediately. They were really about all of that. The favorite thing for me is Pat McAfee takes shots at ESPN because you know what? He doesn't care.
Well, no, he does care. And by the way, I love what he's saying here. 'Cause I'm going to read you something that Pat posted because I love him because he's an outlier. But his platform's so big and he makes so much money, he can do what he wants for now. So here's what he did. I'm so glad Paul's in there. I think this is amazing. He posts that because he's had insane success and he's kind of taken over that show and the old timers don't like it. Kind of pushback. Okay? And so he posts, well, college football, it's been fun. And he posted a video last week. The old whites hate me. That includes a lot of the ESPN higher-ups, and I want y'all to know I hate them too. It's kind of shocking.
Love it. Yeah.
Right?
And you know what? They could always hide.
Right on.
No one ever called him out.
Right on.
So, I mean, this is the beauty of it. Tell people the way it is.
So he's coming home, and another thing, my nephew's on his show, and he said that he's the most, Pat writes checks like he'll buy people homes. Like crazy cool.
I mean, my good buddy Mark Caballi gets blown up by The Athletic. The next day, Pat hires him to be his Steeler correspondent.
Boom.
Bam. Done.
One of my boys that works for Pat, he's trying to get pregnant with his wife. Pat's like, you know how expensive IVF is?
Insane.
Gives him a check, says, here.
Go get it done.
Go get it done, bro.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. And those kicks he does at game day,
It's
he'll
amazing.
do one on Saturday.
Come on.
He's giving away millions of dollars.
Millions.
These kids walk away with $500,000, $300,000 for making a 35-yard field goal.
I got to ask you a couple more. I'm so glad you're here. This is and we don't talk about sports a lot, but he knows it so well. I was sick, and I don't get that involved in college football. I was sick on Saturday watching the end of that Penn State game because I wanted Terry.
That was brutal. Me
I
too.
wanted Terry to have that. You know what I'm saying? Terry
He
Smith.
needed that.
Yeah.
He needed that. But as I told him, he and I texted after the game. I said the beauty of it was, Terry, Penn State didn't lose. Indiana won.
Wow.
When you make a play like that at the end of the game to save your undefeated national championship title hope alive with that play, have at it. That was beautiful.
But do you think, because I don't know this game, he wins that game and a couple more, he might have a shot at that job, but not now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You know what? I'm so confused, and I'm very close to the program. I know a lot of people up there. And one thing, Penn State's got about 5 coaches, huge raises.
Yeah, they do.
You know, Frank Cignetti, who won the game on Saturday,
Yeah.
he was making $4 million a year. You know what he's making now?
Was it
11?
Yeah, so.
And about 4 other guys got raises, too, because they thought Penn State was coming after them. That's good stuff.
So, one more thing. My cousin who's on the staff over there has just sent me a note. The game day show, which I love, will be live at Roberto Clemente Memorial Park Saturday. That'll be crazy, right?
Oh, it'll be insane. I was up for the Oregon game at Penn State, and they had game day there. And, I mean, people sleep out just to be close to the
So
stage.
true.
I mean, they love this show. And Pat, his energy, his creativity, I mean, it's beautiful. And here's a guy, I mean, he was a kicker in Indianapolis. After a game, when he was still playing in the NFL, he was floating down the river up there naked in a boat. And everyone just said, yeah, that's Pat. I love him.
I also know that he takes massive chunks out of his time during the week in his crazy life to be with his baby daughter, and that's
heck yeah,
very, very cool.
He's good stuff.
Paulie, thank you.
Sure.
It's great stuff, man.
When you need to know, depend on the news leader. At home, in your car, or at work. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM, AM 1020, and KDKARadio.com.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Woo, yeah. It's Marty. I love the cool weather. Folks, crisp mornings, cool evenings. Folks, winter's coming. You know what I'm thinking of? Windows. Time for Universal Windows Direct. Check this out. Right now, 2 windows get 2 free. No limit. 0% financing for 3 years. Insane. Top it off. Get an extra $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule this month. I love this company. 412-545-6003. UniversalWindowsDirect.com. Remember, buy 2 windows. Get 2 free. Custom made. Professional team installing them. Guaranteed expert installation. UniversalWindowsDirect.com. Wonderful windows, wonderful company. Check it out.
Okay, listen. The Bocce House of Pittsburgh, it is officially open. Find the Bocce House, RIDC Park on Alpha Drive. Memberships, a luxury cigar lounge, league play for all skill levels. Do this. Grab some friends, enjoy delicious food, pour yourself a drink at the self-pour bar system. The fun is in your hands. The Bocce House of Pittsburgh in Fox Chapel, where great food, great drinks, and even better company meet on that bocce court. Visit theboccehouse.com for details.
Do the holiday parties, tailgating, and family get-togethers have your liver working overtime? Let Active Liver help give your liver some relief at Amazon or Vitacost.com, CVS, Meyer Grocery, or ShopRite.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Mostly cloudy and 35 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. Senator Dave McCormick says the federal government should be up and running by the end of the week, now that 8 Senate Democrats have voted with Republicans to move forward with a package that would reopen the government. He tells Marty Griffin on KDKA there's a reason why Democrats held out for so long.
Sadly, I think a lot of things had to happen first. I think the Democrats wanted to get through the Tuesday elections. They wanted to show their resistance to President Trump, and they wanted to see these healthcare premiums go up. And now we're at a point where we can hopefully move forward. But I think it's the pain that Americans are feeling that has been the pressure point, and it just shouldn't have to be that way.
While there is no guarantee in the deal to extend expiring ACA tax credits, the agreement does include a promise by Republicans to eventually hold a vote on health care subsidies. A New York man faces felony charges after allegedly trying to derail a train in Springdale. This radio KDK's Tamira Rush has the details.
Springdale police say 34-year-old Scott Andrew Hefner of Friendship, New York, moved 2 tractor trailers from the PPG paints plant on nearby railroad tracks early Sunday morning. Investigators say Hefner told police his phone was talking to him, instructing him to block the tracks and cut power behind the building. Surveillance video shows him using the trucks and even getting into a borough street sweeper. Hefner was arrested and charged with multiple felonies, including risking a catastrophe and theft. He's being held in the Allegheny County Jail without bail and is due in court November 17th. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
More than 100 drivers who have racked up thousands of dollars in unpaid tolls on the Pennsylvania Turnpike could face civil action from the Attorney General's office. News Radio KDK's David Bolorado has more.
Turnpike Chairman Mike Carroll says it's a matter of fairness. They're teaming up with the Attorney General's office to go after the worst of the worst toll evaders. In a prepared video release, Carroll says it's no mystery the Turnpike is a toll road.
When you enter the Turnpike, you know it's a toll road. I don't think there's anybody in the universe that is not aware of that. And as a result, when you take advantage of the opportunity that is the Turnpike, you're expected to pay your fair share.
Now the focus is on people owing more than $12,000 in tolls and fees who've disregarded invoice and collection agency efforts to get them paid and still haven't paid up even after having their vehicle's registration revoked. David Bolorado, News Radio KDKA.
We're starting the week without the snow and slippery conditions predicted last week, but it could be a different story tomorrow. Andrew Kinzel with the National Weather Service was asked how much snow we can expect.
Those higher elevation areas and north I-80s, we're expecting the most steady snow where you'll be able to pick up. Areas in and around the city may get, a couple tenths here and there from some passing snow showers, but accumulation altogether, maybe not even taking an inch.
Kinzel says temps are expected to drop in the overnight hours with wind chills in the upper teens. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 192 points. The Nasdaq up 438. The S&P 500 up 78 points. KDKA Sports, Pitt will host Eastern Michigan at the Pete tonight. Tip-off is set for 7. Good matchup. Monday Night Football tonight. Packers hosting the Eagles. Kickoff at 8:15. KDKA Radio News Time is 1:03. Right now it is mostly cloudy and 35 degrees in Pittsburgh. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
All right, Patrick, you ate at Hofstad's about a week ago. How good was it?
Amazing.
Right?
Delicious.
And he's a food snob. So add to that, Hofstad's has prime rib Mondays. My boy, the restaurant king, JK. Prime rib Mondays, Hofstad's. Dry rubbed, slow roasted, hand carved prime rib with au jus. I love saying that. Au jus. 2 sides. Mondays, Hofstad's, Oakmont, 4 to 9. Prime rib, brothers and sisters. Go for it. Hey, folks, it's Marty. In my Get Marty segments, I hear from people all the time that have issues with debt. Check this out. If you're having problems with your debt, my friend Harold Shepley can help you right now.
Absolutely. We are a full-service debt relief law firm. We can help you negotiate your debt so you can avoid bankruptcy, or we can file bankruptcy if that's what's necessary for you and your family.
And the truth is, my man, it's not a hopeless situation.
Absolutely not. We're here to get people back on their feet.
I've seen them win, case after case after case. ShepleyLaw.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Do you have questions about Medicare? Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. You may also qualify for a monthly credit toward your Part B premium. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more. Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A cold breeze for the rest of today with clouds, a few peaks of sun, and a couple of snow showers, high 35. Partly to mostly cloudy, breezy, and quite cold tonight with a couple of snow showers around, low 22 to 26. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Feeding a big family on Thanksgiving? Jones Turkey Farm has you covered. They offer extra large turkeys that will satisfy everyone. To find out more and save 25%, call Jones Turkey Farm today, 724-352-2450, or visit jonesturkeyfarm.com.
Act quickly and call Lacina today to refresh your home for the holidays. Larry Richard for Lacina Drapery and Blind Factory, your local experts in custom drapery, blinds, shades, shutters, and motorized window treatments. Get your home holiday ready with Lacina's free shop at home service and expert design advice. Visit Lacina's Dormont and Wexford showrooms or online at lacinadrapery.com. Call Lacina today, 412-665-4900. Lacina Drapery, where style meets family tradition.
Hi, I'm Nancy Cartwright. You may know me better as the voice of Bart Simpson. On Simpsons Declassified, we're diving into the mysteries that keep the Simpsons forever young. Have you ever wondered how the Simpsons regularly predicts future events? Who better to ask than the show's creators, performers, and writers, the celebrity guests? Be sure to follow and listen to Simpsons Declassified wherever you get your podcasts.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I have become good friends with Bill Artman. He's the chairman of Giant Eagle, but he's just a cool guy. It just is. And he'll literally send me a text. I mean, think about his job. 32,000 employees. Is it $13 billion? I mean, it's crazy. Pretty cool. And that penny thing he came up with, really cool. Really cool. He gave away $2.2 million in gift cards? Come on. And then this turkey thing. If you bought $350 worth of food, you get a turkey. They'll give away 300,000 free turkeys. I mean, it's cool. I mean, you guys like to pick on the man because the man's always rich and you don't like being rich and you want everybody to be poor, and that's fine. But Artman's the man. You know why, man? He gives a damn. He sent me a text. You want a couple hundred turkeys? I said, hell yeah. And I've been at this a while with my man Patrick, who is closer to this than I am. We've never seen this much need. But we get crazy phone calls. Before we get to our guests, woman called this morning. What'd she say?
Wants to get involved, and her daughter, I believe it is, wants to help with $10,000 to $20,000 to help people in need.
Come on.
That's huge.
Come on. It kind of reinforces your belief that people do get it, right?
Oh, there are definitely great humans out there who do get it.
We see it every day.
Every day.
Like, we're going to this woman's house on Thursday. Poor thing is struggling to live. And she needs a stair lift. My man Carl's like, let's go. Let's go. So he'll install for free a stair lift, $8,000 stair lift. And, I mean, I see it every day, man. Guy sent me a note Saturday. A guy we tried to help get his loved one a kidney, got a kidney. One step at a time, man. Don't give up and don't hate. Two of my favorite Americans and two of my favorite people, because they give a damn every day, are on the line. Because they understand the need and the dynamic of need right now in this town and in America. Pastor Hogan, good afternoon, sir.
How are you?
Brenda Tate, good afternoon, ma'am.
Hi, Marty. How are you?
I'm fabulous. Brenda and I go way the blank back. I mean, how far, sister? How far? Huh?
I'm not gonna age myself, Marty.
Come on.
I'm not telling.
But Brenda,
over 20 years.
All you do is care. All you do is fight the good fight to help. Why?
Yeah. Why? Because somebody fought the good fight for me. I had a mom that fought a good fight for me. My mother never saw anybody hungry that she wouldn't feed. Never. So I just picked it up from her. And the people that I've always lived around and been around has always been, I'm from the Hill District, and I can recall that we never had to leave the community. We never had to go no further than another doorway if we needed anything. The neighborhood was always there to help us.
Hey, Brenda, but I feel a dramatic need this year. Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Marty, I won't say, it's highlighted. I'll say it's highlighted. But there's been a need like this for quite some time.
That's true.
But I think this year it's been highlighted.
Why?
Well, I guess circumstances, the political atmosphere and all, what's happening with the shutdowns and all. However, the people that I'm surrounded with, I wish you'd walk in the Ebenezer Church on Sunday. You wouldn't know any of that was going on.
Because of the joy.
The joy and the spirit in there is so high. So I think that's what keeps me going and hopeful that there is someone greater than me that is orchestrating all of this.
Pastor Hogan, my man, a day doesn't go by when we don't make contact and you're trying to make a difference. What drives you, sir?
Oh, there's a great need out there. I love what Brenda said. I grew up in a household where my parents had 7 kids, but they took in 39 foster children.
Whoa!
And helped with the running of the Focus on Renewal Center in McKees Rocks to help the downtrodden. And so this is ingrained in Brenda's blood. It's ingrained in my blood. I don't think you can get away from it. Right? I don't think you'd feel right about your life if you did, if it's been instilled in you like this.
Faithbridge Community Church, are you seeing an accelerated need this year, sir? Because I am.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think the thing that people lose sight of is, like, people talk about numbers like inflation rate and all this stuff. But it never goes down. It doesn't matter if it's up by 1%. That's 1% on top of everything that came before it. And so I love what Bill Artman's doing, because he gets it. Like a guy, anytime a guy, served in the meat department and pushed a broom, he understands at a level that somebody who just got a master's degree and got into management can't understand at the gut level. So he's always going to move the ball in a direction that's going to be helpful for folks, and I love that.
And Brenda, you do get frustrated sometimes because there's not enough for everybody, and yet you maintain this hope, and we're bringing a bunch of turkeys for your Thanksgiving, and that makes folks happy temporarily, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. When people understand that other people care and other people know and can feel like the pastor just said, Bill Artman came from those kinds of places that you are in touch with people that need. And so when you understand it at that level, you can never walk away from that. I don't care how big you get. So, in my community, I'm always passing the CEC once a month. There are lines outside of the CEC that they give away food. So there are several places in this community that we still think about and know about people that need. And so we're always on the lookout to try to make sure the least of us are fed.
Hey, Pastor Hogan, how the hell do you stay positive when most of the people in your congregation will always be poor? Always, sir. How do you stay positive?
I think that people are maybe physically poor, but if you're not poor in your spirit and poor in your heart, you can do big things. And sure, we wish they had more resources. We wish the church had more resources, but it doesn't stop us from doing things, and it doesn't stop us from always trying to figure out what the next thing we need to add to help the community is. And we have great people that don't have much, but what they have, they use to put their shoulder to the wheel and help the community out.
Brenda Tate will be bringing you, hooking you up with turkeys today, my dear, and same with you, Pastor. All right?
Awesome. Very cool.
Right. I appreciate it. Thank you, Marty. And I'd like to thank Giant Eagle again, Mr. Hartman, and thank him for thinking about the least of us.
Brenda was one of the coolest cops I ever knew, ever. And now she's a spiritual leader in a community that really needs it. And Pastor Hogan is like a brother to me. We're family, and we spend a lot of time talking about life in general. Thank you both. Love you.
Yeah, Brenda, have a great Thanksgiving. Talk to you soon, Marty.
All right.
Bye.
Wonderful, wonderful people.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Look, NASCO is a Owens Corning Platinum contractor, one of the best in the business. That's what that says. And they have a lifetime warranty on their work and on the product. That's what that is. They're amazing. So that's why when my brother had a roof problem, NASCO. When my sister had a roof problem, NASCO. When I had a roof problem, NASCO. They're simply the best. Folks, you got to call NASCO. 412-373-2000. NASCO Roofing. 412-373-2000.
Kimberly Allen here with Corrigan Moving Systems. Planning to move your office or business? Trust Corrigan Moving Systems, formerly Parks Moving and Storage, Pittsburgh's leader in workplace solutions. From office relocations to decommissioning, warehousing, and inventory management. Corrigan makes moving seamless so your office can be back up and running without skipping a beat. For a free quote, go to CorriganMoving.com or give us a call at 724-237-4578.
Perry Calder, you know what JP says AI there is? Attorney intelligence. Perry Calder, the best.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Gobble up the grime. Get your home quite clean by Thanksgiving. Big savings. Check this out. 50% off drapery cleaning. 40% off all other quoit cleaning services. Full service drapery cleaning. Unmatched. Including takedown, cleaning, rehanging. 1-800-FOR-QUOIT. 1-800-FOR-QUOIT. 50% off drapery cleaning. 40% off all other quoit services. Call now. Get your home quite clean for Thanksgiving.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
In sports, it's the dream team. And if your car is out of warranty, there's a team for that as well. You, the driver, your mechanic, and Endurance to pay for the repair bills. I'm Danica Patrick. In the past 5 years, auto repair costs have gone up over 36%. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all. With an Endurance auto protection plan, no matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done by the certified mechanic of your choice. Plans cover 24/7 towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, and lockout services. Act now and get the benefits of our Elite Plan, a $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again. So call now for your free quote.
Call 800-290-0497. That's 800-290-0497. 800-290-0497.
Did you know you can spend your PA taxes to fund a scholarship for a child in need and get a 90% tax credit refund? Through Blocks, that's BLOCS, you can direct your state tax liability, fund a scholarship, direct it to the tuition-based school of your choice, and receive a 90% refund on the donated amount. It's a simple process, and you can fund a scholarship that will change a child's life. Tax credit slots are filling up fast, and you must make your commitment by December 23rd. Head to BLOCS.org now.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I have at least a dozen emails from folks that have charities and they need at least 50 turkeys. Seriously. I have 200 to give away. I'm going to try to get some more. This is a great need, man. People are tapped out, man. I find these stories ignorant that people on welfare are lazy. It gets on my last nerves. Because they've done all this research about folks who get food assistance, and most of them have at least one job, and 66% of them have jobs, and 35% of them have more than one job. This whole notion that people are sitting around smoking weed waiting for the check to come in is kind of obnoxious and hateful and spiteful. It also makes me sad that the state that needs the most, anyone out there? Anyone? The state with the most folks on SNAP? Anyone? Made me sad. I saw their governor on Face the Nation yesterday. I think it's Face the Nation. West Virginia. And I know we like to make fun of West Virginia, but I love it there. My sister lives there. And I'm in Wheeling a lot. And Patrick worked in West Virginia quite a bit. It's always been poor. It makes me sad. It also kind of annoyed me with the governor defending Trump. He's Republican. And also annoyed me even more when Trump said, for the most part, people with SNAP benefits are Democrats. And not to be a jerk about it, but I could point out that 70 to 80% of the people in West Virginia voted for Trump. They did. They put him in office. And now he's pretty much saying they're all poor and to hell with them. And their governor, I don't know what you do with West Virginia. I just don't. I find the people there to be very nice. I don't know what I would do with, I'm in Wheeling a lot. Been in Morgantown a lot. WVU's hurting. Enrollment's hurting. Their rep is hurting. But, I mean, there's some really poor towns in West Virginia, like Deliverance poor towns in West Virginia. And to deny these folks, and by the way, the vast majority of the folks I'm talking about are white, last time I checked on the demographic breakdown of West Virginia and who's getting SNAP. And I constantly say that because I always have to reinforce it with Americans who are racist, this whole notion that everyone on welfare is black is a bald-faced lie. I don't particularly care what your color is if the need is the need, man. Which is why someone sends me an email and asks me for 50 turkeys. I'm like, I don't care where you're at. I don't care where you're from. We got to get you 50 turkeys. There's so much going on in America right now that's not good for middle-class Americans. And the fact that I have never had this many people ask for help before, ever in my career, ever. It's disheartening. And I'm not suggesting that a turkey fixes it, but I am suggesting this. Bill Artman says, hey, man, here's a couple hundred turkeys. Help some people. Those are the kind of people I want to be around. Was it Jones Farm? Is it the Jones Turkey Farm? My man called her saying, how many 30-pound turkeys do you need? A bunch. A bunch. And I'll be asking him for more turkeys today. Will us delivering 300, 400, 500 turkeys make a difference? For a day, will. But we all collectively have to chip away because otherwise you just bury yourself in the America sucks routine. But it doesn't. It's an amazing, amazing place, but there are times when we need to help each other. Right now is that time. For all the folks in America that are wealthy, there's a massive amount of people who aren't. And all they really want is a shot. A house, car, vacation once in a while. Huh? A turkey. Seriously, turkey. And I think we start with the turkey and we go from there. Whether it's a furnace in a basement or a roof on a house. And we have to help each other because the government sometimes just can't. Or they don't want to.
Picture this. You're halfway through a DIY car fix and boom, you're missing a part. It's okay because whatever it is, it's on eBay and it's guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love.
What does living your best nonstop life mean to you? Cheering on your team at that big game? A music festival with friends? A family vacation? Or maybe a vacation from your family? Live your best nonstop life with low fares and nonstop flights only at Allegiant.com.
Non-stop flights from Pittsburgh to Sarasota Bradenton, one way for as low as $57. Must be purchased by 12/3/2025 for travel between 10/28/2025 and 5/17/2026. Seats and dates are limited. Restrictions apply. See Allegiant.com for details.
We're all human with the same insecurities, doubting ourselves, thinking we're not worthy or good enough, believing those negative thoughts we think. Stop. Every last one of us is good enough to be the best version of ourselves. This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. Come to me, and together we'll change that way of thinking. Excess pounds will come off, you'll feel and look better, and thoughts will become positive. If you want to change, just call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-608-0955. 800-608-0955. 800-608-0955.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Mostly cloudy and 35 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. A Butler County father is accused of killing his 2-month-old child. Charges have been filed against 32-year-old Vincent Maselli after the infant died at a hospital. First responders were called Saturday afternoon to a home on Spooner Drive in Butler Township for an infant who was not breathing. EMTs say the baby had bruising to his head and torso. An autopsy showed the child died from blunt force trauma to the head. Maselli has been charged with criminal homicide, aggravated assault, and child endangerment. A Pittsburgh man is facing a number of charges after he allegedly used an online chat program to set up a sexual encounter with a pre-teenage girl. 57-year-old Eric Gillespie has been denied bail on the 4 felony counts he's facing. Prosecutors say Gillespie made at least multiple attempts to arrange a meeting with an undercover officer posing as a young girl. Officials say the investigation is ongoing. Mayor Gainey walked into his final budget address today with a smile and a swagger, met with cheers and even a few tears. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush was there and has details.
Mayor Ed Gainey says he entered office facing urgent problems in a public that had lost faith in city government.
We found departments stretched thin, aging infrastructure, and neighborhoods that had been overlooked for far too long.
He touted his budget proposal as one that uses modest and targeted reductions in spending,
while avoiding any layoffs, avoiding any cuts to core services, and avoiding any increases in taxes.
Gainey also noted progress made at the city's land bank, ongoing efforts to reduce traffic fatalities, and the launch of an in-house EMT training academy. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
A holiday high school basketball tradition, and it returns to KDKA Radio this year. The Edgar Snyder & Associates Holiday Hoops Classic tips off on Monday, December 22nd at PPG Paints Arena, featuring 4 games. Session 1 will feature Carrick boys versus Alderdice boys, followed by Avonworth girls against Fox Chapel girls. Session 2, that starts at 6 with Pine Richland taking on the Wickley Academy on the boys' side, and Mars and Montour at 8. You'll hear full coverage right here on KDK Radio. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 247 points, the Nasdaq up 476. The S&P 500 is up 89 points. KDK Radio News Time is 1:32. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander on the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Hey, folks, Marty here, Voss TV and Appliance. You'll find the best prices and selection, name brand TVs and appliances. Third-generation family business that's built on relationships, not commissions. From sales, installation, at Voss, Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team are experts who know appliances and TVs inside and out. They won't leave you hanging after the sale. Visit Voss, South Hill Showroom, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. The best prices guaranteed.
That musty smell in your basement, dark spots on the wall. Don't assume all that's just old house stuff. No, it could be mold, and mold never waits. It spreads, it damages, it threatens your health. Ugh. Service Master Greater Pittsburgh, that's who you need to call. And they don't just paint over the problem. They find the source, they remove the mold, they fix it once and for all. Demand the yellow van, Service Master of Greater Pittsburgh. Call them today, 412-826-1010.
Shopping for replacement windows? Metropolitan Window Company elevates your shopping experience.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you'll experience personalized knowledge, expertise, and professionalism from our first visit to your home until our craftsmen complete your installation.
We're the window company that people want in their homes, and our exclusive Infinity by Marvin 100% fiberglass windows are the windows people love.
They're built for life. They are the strongest, longest-lasting windows you can buy.
And we have a great selection of colors and finishes. Experience Metropolitan Window Company. Stop by our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at
412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
Warm up with some great November savings at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. Save with your Coons Reward Card. Jumbo fresh party cut chicken wings, $1.88 a pound. Fresh sweet blueberries, 1 pint package, $1.99 each. And Duncan Hines Classic Cake or Brownie Mix, 15.25 to 18.3 ounce boxes, 99 cents each. Additional savings in our meat department. 80% lean fresh ground beef, $4.99 a pound. And farm-raised fresh salmon fillets, $9.99 a pound. In the produce department, Jumbo Sunkissed Navel Oranges are 5 for $5. And selected varieties of Little Leaf Farms leaf lettuce, 4-ounce packages, 2 for $7. In the deli department, yellow or white Boar's Head American cheese is $6.79 a pound. And this week, selected varieties of Progresso Rich and Hearty soups, 18.5 to 19-ounce cans, 2 for $3.
So warm up with some great November savings at Coons Market. Coons Market, your neighborhood grocer. Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be brisk and much colder than recent days, with clouds and sunny breaks and a couple of snow showers. High 35. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, breezy and very cold with a couple more snow showers, though 22 to 26. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Larry Richard here for Larimores. My made-to-measure suit from Larimores is the perfect blend of old-fashioned tailoring and contemporary style. I'll be wearing it at the next Pittsburgh Speaker Series, or check it out on my social media. Thanks, Larimores.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us tomorrow on the Big K Morning Show, 5:30 until 10. A salute to our veterans and the latest on the shutdown and the government reopening, plus the snow.
Insane what happened in the courts here. So, defendants who had their licenses suspended. Okay? Thousands of these folks have had their license suspended over the last 12 years. More than 1,500 of them were never notified. Oops. And that can screw up their whole life. And the courts admitted it. But the question, how do you fix it? It's a big, big, big deal. One lawyer, love this guy, John Bajetsky, in the middle of this. John, you've almost made this a crusade to try to help as many folks stuck in this madness as possible, right?
That's right, Marty. I mean, it's ridiculous. And, of all the years I've been an attorney, every now and again something comes along that's just a true injustice, and I have to pick up the fight. There's no other way around it.
You said something this morning that I love, man. People freak out. I can't afford to take on a lawyer and thousands of bucks to fix this. John says, hell no. You have a better way, don't you, John?
Yeah, so a lot of times on these appeals, they are time intensive, and it did cost a lot of money to go to law school back in the day. But what I've decided to do, and I've seen a lot in the media about this, that, appeals cost thousands of dollars. Yep. Counting charges $124 filing fee. I greatly reduced my standard rate so that way, altogether, out the door, it's under $1,000 to have my office represent people for the appeal. I had several people call me and said, okay, well, we've called around. One person said $3,500. One person said $5,500. And I said, no. In this situation, given that these people are just getting screwed royally, for lack of a better way to put it, I mean, it's important that we get the word out that there are, and it's not just me. There are other lawyers who have reduced their fees as well, to kind of help everybody out here, because this is now the blue expense, right? Next month's Christmas. You got your kids' Christmas presents, all the other things that you got to do at the end of the year, all the taxes that come due, everything else. I mean, this is just probably a big surprise for a lot of people who've moved on from their lives from, a decade ago.
John Majeski. Hey, John, give us an example of a call you received and what's happened to that client and how it went down.
Okay, so just the other day I had a call from an individual who, 10 years ago, bad situation in life, drinking, partying, a little bit of drug use, that kind of thing. Got pulled over, got a DUI, cleaned their life up. They went into rehab, took care of everything. Now they're married, 2 kids that they take to soccer practice and school events. Also has a commercial driver's license and had worked his way up to be an executive level selling commercial vehicles. So somebody who makes a good buck, someone who's a productive member of society, pays a lot of taxes, does everything right, fixed their life. Now he gets a letter saying, well, your license is going to be suspended for an entire year. So he's not going to be able to give demonstration drives for the tractor trailers, not going to be able to get the kids to soccer and other events. Essentially completely upended his life, and stands a very strong possibility of losing a 6-figure job that he worked back from pretty much being a junkie to become a productive member of society. And this is going to wipe him out for something that happened 10 years ago, a mistake he clearly atoned for.
Wow.
And I will tell you, Marty, I talked to a lady today that was in the office, and I brought up the argument to her that, had been thrown around in the media from the Department of Court Records that, well, these people knew they had license suspensions. This didn't come as a surprise. And I said that to her, and she goes, I called them 3 times, and I never heard anything back. They told me to wait, and here we are. And hers was 2016, I believe. Wow. So, again, people made the effort. They knew what was going on. And, when they tell you to wait, you wait. It's not the duty of the defendant to enforce these penalties, right? If you have to go to jail and you don't show up, they send a cop car for you, right? Because there's somebody's job who it is to know that when a sentence needs to be carried out, paperwork needs to be done, things need to be effectuated. That's not on the defendant to do, because if it was on the defendants to do, nobody would go to jail and nobody would ever have a license suspension, right? I mean, That's why we have these people in these situations.
John, literally blowing up their lives.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I thought of something earlier, too, I wanted to ask you to just get your thoughts on it. So you remember back in the day they did the home rule charter and they got rid of all the elected row offices, the coroner, clerk of courts, all that kind of stuff. Do you think, and I don't really have an opinion either way on this, but do you think that taking away those elected row offices took away a layer of accountability in that, if this big screw-up happened, do you think the clerk of courts would get reelected? If that were to be the case.
No.
So, I mean, in some ways, I wonder if that, sort of took away the checks and balances and our ability to, as citizens to say, yeah, well, we don't like what's going on here, but we don't have any way to deal with it because it's just, an appointed person that handles these things.
Yeah, my man, since we talked to you, I got 20 emails from folks in this situation, and they're all saying, what the hell do I do? So what the hell do they do, brother? What do they do?
Well, there's 1 or 2 ways you do it. Obviously, you can hire an attorney, which I think is always a smart move because, look, we do this stuff every day, right? When I have to do anything major around my house, electrical or plumbing or whatever, I hire an expert to do it because they do it all the time. It could take me 3 or 4 hours more than might take them 30 minutes, right? Second thing is, if you don't have the money for an attorney or you don't want to hire an attorney, if you head down to the Department of Court Records in the city-county building, they will give you the forms to file an appeal. Now, you're not going to know necessarily what the legal arguments are other than to walk in front of the judge and say, hey, I got screwed. But at least, you get your appeal filed, and then maybe you can find an attorney that'll hop on and represent you. Again, you need to file an appeal within 30 days of the date that's on PennDOT's letter that they sent you. When you got it, doesn't matter. It's PennDOT's game, and they're really good at making the rules. So you only have 30 days from the date on that letter to get an appeal filed. We file them electronically through the county system, which is convenient, and that way we can get in, through the deadline on people who are even close. But the key thing is file an appeal. The more people that appeal, the more people that get in front of the court, the more momentum we have to do something about this disaster.
Hey, John, they admit they screwed up, right? The county does?
Yeah, I mean, they admit it, but they're not sorry about it. I mean, the letter that they sent is bizarre to me, and I understand why people don't say they're sorry, right? Because everyone says, "Oh, if you say you're sorry, you've admitted liability," right? But I think at the end of the day, a lot of times if people would just apologize, it makes a big difference in the eyes of folks who are litigious. Like, if the physician comes out and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, we lost them. There was nothing we could do," you can talk to the grief people. Have a good day, right? Versus someone that comes out and explains they tried everything they could. Unfortunately, this happened. Some empathy. Sit with the family. Say, hey, maybe you want to say a prayer together. Maybe, again, there's never any kind of empathy or apology in the world anymore for anything. I mean, look, I don't get into it with people in traffic, right? If somebody feels that I cut them off, I wave my hand, I'm sorry, and move on with my life, and here seems to be zero empathy from court records in terms of, hey, we screwed up here. I mean, the interview with your man Andy Sheehan, the director said, "Oh, well, I think about this," and all those other sorts of things. But it stops short of saying, "Yeah, I think about this. However, to do something about it, now you have to go file an appeal, which costs you at least $142 in filing fees, let alone hiring an attorney or anything else." They're not saying, "Oh, we'll make this right." It's like, "Oh, we're sorry it happened, but it's on you," like everything else.
Hey, John, to your point, a police chief I love sent me this. They should expunge or dismiss every single person's suspension and give them their license back. Why don't they fix it, sir? They did it.
That's a good question. And, I mean, again, the mechanisms in the law aren't necessarily fluid. The law and procedure doesn't adapt to emerging situations. We have the appeals process to handle situations where there's errors or, somebody is saying that the suspension was imposed without a basis in the law, right? But we don't have anything beyond those simple mechanisms to deal with these things. There's not sort of an administrative wand that could be waved. I did think of maybe perhaps, send an email or a letter through channels to the governor to see if they could do an executive order to handle this. But again, you got to remember it's license suspensions on a DUI, so it's a hot button issue, right?
It is.
If there's somebody that is not a good person and they then wave the magic wand and take this away for them and take this away for everybody, and then somebody goes and screws up and kills somebody or, driving drunk, then it's going to fall back on them. So, it's kind of a situation where if they did wave a magic wand, it might, kind of bite them in the rear a little bit coming around on the long run with this.
And how long does an appeal take, John?
Well, right now, for ones that I'm filing as of today, the hearing dates are coming back in April.
Oh.
Now, the nice thing is once an appeal is filed, your license remains valid during the pendency of the appeal. So if I file an appeal for somebody today that's supposed to be suspended next month, their license will remain valid until the appeal is heard in April, and maybe even they might be getting into May now on the dates. I'm not 100% certain on that, but all the ones we filed recently have come back with April dates. What happened to folks who didn't know this happened to them? They got pulled over. What happened to them? Were they arrested? Well, I don't know if anybody arrested yet. Typically, Allegheny County. It's not, if you get pulled over for driving under suspension DUI related outside of Allegheny County, you probably are going to go to jail that day and or get a ticket that's going to put you in jail. In Allegheny County, typically, you end up before the magistrate and you're looking at, a period of house arrest, $1,000 fine, and additional license suspension. All of these. Now, this is not everyone that was suspended in this screw up, but the people who were suspended for reasons related to drinking and driving, that being pulled over under suspension for that carries jail, it carries a fine, and it carries an additional year of license suspension. So people who are pulled over that are under suspension for things that are not DUI related, like they didn't pay their traffic tickets or something that suspends their license that isn't DUI related, they would still be looking at an additional year license suspension and a $500 fine, but they're not going to go to jail necessarily. And if you rack up enough of them, you can be considered a habitual offender, and it gets really nasty after that. Hey, man. Great question from my man Patrick here. What happens if they miss this window, this PennDOT window? So if you miss the 30-day appeal deadline, you can petition the court, which they call nunc pro tunc, which says, there was extraneous circumstance that required me to file an appeal late, like I was in the hospital, or I went to the courthouse and it was shut down for a week because of snow or something like that there was some breakdown in the mechanism or machinery, or I hired an attorney and they forgot to file it and my appeal deadline was blown. So there are reasons to file a late appeal. Again, wow. It varies. It's situational, but I'm just giving you kind of a general overview of what, that process is for people who are past the deadline. Also, the court will take a look at, well, how far past are you? And if giving you your appeal right back, is that prejudicial to anybody as well, too? So, is it prejudicial against PennDOT to let you appeal when you're 2 days late versus, 2 years? But obviously that prejudicial stuff doesn't seem to apply to the people who are the ones suffering from the suspension, unfortunately.
My man, I love what you said. I'm not doing this for the money. I want to help. You mean it, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, we have cost to cover and things like that, and obviously it's not free to park downtown. But, in this situation for this class of individuals, I just think it's more appropriate to, let people know that, hey, it is not thousands of dollars and tens of thousands of dollars to hire an attorney for an appeal, whether that's me or a number of other people in Pittsburgh. But again, I'm not trying to play the we're cheaper than everybody else game with an attorney, but I am aggravated about how this is just really ruining people's lives, and I don't want people to feel discouraged that they can't go and file an appeal themselves or they can't find an attorney to help them out with it, and that's a reason why you should accept this ridiculousness. So, from my perspective, I really think it's important that people know that, and I understand in the media, we got to have an exciting story, right? But at the end of the day, from my perspective, I just think it's really important to let people know that, yes, you can go file an appeal yourself down at in the City County building in the Department of Court Records there. Interesting note, these are civil law, not criminal law cases, so they're all filed under the civil docket. That there's something they can do about it. Don't just sit there and take it. I mean, you got at some point stand up and defend yourself.
My man, John Majeski, thanks, brother. Amazing stuff. Thank you.
Hey, you take care. Have a great day.
It's a hell of a story, man. And I love his story.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
So, John Perry, a Perry Calder law firm. John and I go back about 30 years. John says AI at their firm is attorney intelligence. Highly trained attorneys. Trained doctors that investigate their cases. Some of the biggest settlements in Pennsylvania history. Perry Calder. 412-281-4200. 412-281-4200, where AI is attorney intelligence. Believe it. Perry Calder, the best.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody. Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
You want to be the big hero this holiday season? Give a gift they'll never forget. Instead of just more stuff, give them an incredible experience. Imagine their faces when they learn they're spending a week lounging in a private lazy river in the Outer Banks, splashing in the indoor pool of a massive Deep Creek lake home, or waking up to the waves from an oceanfront condo in Myrtle Beach. The best gifts are memories. Visit SWACvacations.com today to book your dream summer 2026 getaway. SWAC, SWACK vacations.com.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. North Hills-based Smith Micro Software reported its 2025 third quarter results amid cash raises and staff reductions. Smith Micro was originally founded in the 1980s as a software developer for fax machines and dial-up modems. The company evolved over the years and now primarily develops software to provide parental controls for cell phones. Last year, it saw its annual revenue get cut in half after Verizon opted not to renew a contract it had with the company at the end of 2023. In efforts to make up the lost ground, the company announced a round of layoffs said to impact approximately 30% of its employees. Also, Carnegie-based manufacturer Amco Pittsburgh announced Friday a change in its C-suite. Effective January 1st, 2026, David Anderson will step into the role of Vice President, Chief Financial Officer, Treasurer, and Assistant Secretary. He'll succeed current SVP, CFO, and Treasurer Michael McCauley. McCauley will retire on June 30th, 2026. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to pittsburghbusinesstimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I want to get past this woman's name, and I want you to hear this. It's actually really cool. I want to give her some privacy here, but I want you to hear this because it's so amazing. Hold on 1 second, folks. Hold on. Hold your breath. Do I get past her name?
I want to know how you could help us give away between $10,000 and $25,000 to but not to a food bank that the executives are making $200,000 a year. This is the time of year that the bigger but smaller businesses have to give their charity donations.
I love this woman.
My daughter is the one who wants to do this. She would love to give it to just the children if she could do that.
Okay, I'm not going to give away their identities or their names, but woo! That's cool, man. Come on. Oh, man. That kind of stuff, man. Come on. Huh? Nothing wrong with greatness. That amazing woman just left that message with us. Come on. How many people do you know that do that kind of stuff? I know about 1,000. We've spent our entire careers doing this kind of stuff, almost daily. It's amazing. When you're in it, then you know what it is. It's magnificent. When you're not, you think everyone sucks. You think all people are bad people. You do. And then there's that wonderful woman and her daughter. And you know they had to talk, hey, let's call that Marty, Get Marty guy and see if they can find a charity we can give $20,000 to where the executives don't make $200,000. Which, by the way, I love what she said. Using pennies from heaven as an example. And that would be my main man, who I love, who I've known 25 years, John Perry. Over the years, what they do is they go into hospitals and they give lunches to people who are waiting with their kids to heal or waiting for a kidney. They pay for hotel rooms for families that can't afford them who are with their children in a hospital. They pay for mortgages and sometimes car payments. They have raised, him and his wife, Joni, well over $3 million. Never gave a nickel. Never a nickel to anyone or anything but the charity. I am not begrudging folks who work at charities that get paid, because actually they have bills too. They have lives too. And they got families. But there's a wholesomeness to what she said. Right? And that she trusts us to find a charity that could make a difference with $20,000 this Christmas or this holiday or this Thanksgiving. And just felt moved to do so, rather than felt bitter about politics or America or people in general. I leave you with that greatness and hope because it's everywhere you find it. You got to find it, though. And you got to look, because it's real.
The KDKA Mobile News Lead, driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.